Let's get it, baby. Wow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting ready for PHILO, but you had breaking news. So we were gapping up 3%, and then we came all the way down, and I was calling China all day, bro. I was showing you. I was like, this is hella weird. And then Caroline Levit confirmed 104% tariffs on China products. So that's where we're getting clapped right now. Again, I put it out, so it's already up, but there is also a shitty spy put play that we made. So I'm going to make one more right now for you guys. That's why I wanted to move it on over. I didn't want to deal with this. Yeah. Are you ready for this? All right. Oh, no. I did a limit order at too low of a price. Okay. Are you guys ready? You know what you do now, right? What do you do right now? All right, you're dumping. Yeah, TLT calls, bro. It just did what I told you was going to happen. We just took 40%. It sold off. I just got closer to the money for less than I would have paid in the morning now. So I just double dipped. That's it. Boom. They just paid us, gave us 40%, rug pull everybody else, and then you buy it back. That's literally everything, bro. I'm telling you. It's so scammy that at least we should just make money off of it. But yeah. And then those shitty spy plays are hitting. I gave one out there. Those are up 40%. Low key, I would make them free in a little bit. But yeah, you're dumping. Come on, go down. All right, yeah, make them free. Go, shitty spy play, make free. It's at 60, 70%, but if you bounce, it's done. But I'm making it free right there. That's it. We don't have to risk. The premiums are still sketchy. You could buy the cheaper TLTs, but I just went closer to the money. So watch. I could be early. There might be one more dump left, but, dude, you're selling off hard. So, again, people are dumb because that was a fucking 2-year auction. But then again, the long one, and then the yen is ripping. So, yeah, 5067. Are you kidding me? Bro, you're 10 points from filling the gap. NASDAQ has filled the gap. You've gone red. That's crazy. You think China could dump? Everybody, it doesn't matter. I'm telling you. I said Watchlist, you guys. If I could tell you this, just think about it. Do you not realize what is happening? You have every motherfucker debating TLT instead of, again, just like the bomb situation. We're getting these situations and I'm watching people debate, but I'm like, what are you debating? You're trying to tell me why TLT is going up or down. I'm trying to tell you the market is literally breaking in front of your eyes, and TLT is the cheapest asset you could buy right now. That's it. Do you get it? That's all that you need to know. That's the only thing that matters. Nothing else matters because if you haven't noticed, TLT is doing exactly what it should be doing. It's confusing the fuck out of everybody because now any motherfucker short or long really has to make their decision. Otherwise, somebody's going to get squeezed if you haven't realized it at this point. So full port TLT, I'm going to ban you. So now you may not even be able to access this video. That's how I feel about that shitty-ass comment. So watch the watch list and get prepared. If you're listening, I'm really helping you. If you're a jackass, you get banned. So there you go. Very simple. All righty. So look, TLT gassing up. Oh, that's weird. Bro, I'm making less on the put. So that it's a shitty put. Maybe that's why it's far out of the money. But that one's not hitting. The Apple puts are barely up, but those are really far out of the money. So that's actually kind of doing good. I'm surprised. But yeah, they're moving up now. Caroline's live. Let's listen in.
The beginning. To countries around the world, bring us your best offers, and he will listen. Deals will only be made if they benefit American workers and address our nation's crippling trade deficits. America does not need other countries as much as other countries need us, and President Trump knows this. He's going to use the leverage of our markets and our country to the advantage of the people he was sworn in to represent. On the other hand, countries like China, who have chosen to retaliate and try to double down on their mistreatment of American workers, are making a mistake. President Trump has a spine of steel, and he will not break, and America will not break under his leadership.
They're widening calls by 2 cents.
That America must be
all
able
the
to
spreads are widening.
Essential goods for our own people and export them to the rest of the world. A strong America cannot be solely dependent on foreign countries for our food, medicines, and critical minerals. And America must always maintain a robust defense supply chain. Reprioritizing and strengthening our manufacturing industry are essential national and economic security issues of the utmost importance to President Trump. By focusing on supercharging the onshoring of American manufacturing, the president is already delivering on his promise to usher in an economic golden age for our country. Just look at Friday's jobs report, which smashed expectations for the second straight month. The American economy added 200.
I grabbed a shitty spy call for tomorrow. Mad out of the money, but these were just going for like $1 or 60 cents. So now they're a fraction, but I'm holding the free spy puts, and I just grabbed cheap calls for tomorrow just in case. They're not going to hit. I'm just saying, if we get crazy volatility, it's just taking advantage of these moves right here. So that's it.
Secured in his entire term. This record-breaking private sector investment will create roughly 350,000 American jobs and counting. If you add up all of the investment pledges from foreign governments, President Trump has secured an incredible $5 trillion in total investments already. In the months ahead, President Trump's pro-growth economic agenda will be fully realized. The largest deregulatory effort in American history is underway. Unnecessary, burdensome, costly red tape is being eliminated.
Okay, bonds are going down, but our plays are down 4%.
Driving down costs
this is around
and
where we
massively
entered.
boosting small businesses. So far, President Trump's deregulation effort has already saved Americans more than $180 billion, equivalent to $2,100 per family of 4. The president's drill baby drill energy agenda, which he will discuss later this evening in the East Room, is capitalizing on the abundance of natural resources under our feet to generate more affordable electricity,
now
cheap
TLT
gas,
down
and
10.
quality new jobs. All of this will combine to end the Biden-imposed cost of living crisis that's absolutely crushed American families.
The apples are coming down too.
Under President Trump, the American energy industry will lead the globe over the next century, delivering lower prices and significantly strengthening our country's economic position. At the president's direction, Republicans in Congress are working quickly to pass one big, beautiful bill, which will also include the largest tax cut in American history. As President Trump has said, the House must pass this budget resolution quickly. Here in our new media seat today, we have Jasmine Wright, the White House reporter for Notice. Notice is a nonprofit and nonpartisan news site which launched in early 2024. They've gained millions of readers across the country since. Newsroom's goal is both to inform readers and train the next generation of politics and policy journalists.
No, I don't know if it'll fully bounce, but
partner with state
that just killed enough call
to give
premium.
Local communities more knowledge of what their
But that's it. You SPY, NASDAQ went negative, but SPY did not fill the gap.
Thanks so much, Caroline. A couple questions for you. The first one being, can you explain the White House's evolution from this is not a negotiation on tariffs to countries should pitch us and start negotiations on tariffs?
Sure. As the president said yesterday, Jasmine, both things can be true at the same time. And it is a non-negotiable position that the United States has faced a national security and economic crisis because of the unfair trade practices by countries around the world. As for the president, I have maintained this position. The entire administration has always said that President Trump is willing to pick up the phone and talk. And the president met with his trade team this morning, and he directed them to have tailor-made trade deals with each and every country that calls up this administration to strike a deal. And listen, and each and every one of these trade deals should be tailored and unique based on that country's markets based on that country's exports, the imports here in the United States of America. What makes the most sense for the American worker and for our industry? The president is focused on putting America first.
So was the evolution not factored in or determined by kind of the tumult in the stock market? Was that not a part of the consideration to start making these negotiations and deals?
Again, I would reject that there was an evolution. On day one, we had
All right,
said
I
that
sold
the
my
president will always pick up
UVXY
the
from
phone for
yesterday.
other nations
Those
and
were
other
dead, and then
companies
they
that
came
call this
back.
administration.
I got
The president
fucking
always has a
30% out of
listening
them.
ear, and it's a non-negotiable fact that America has faced a national security and economic crisis for many decades, and President Trump is just the first to address this.
And then my last question, how will negotiations change how much revenue the White House is planning to make from the tariffs?
Well, that has yet to be seen, but as the president said, the reciprocal tariffs, which will continue to go in effect as these deals are negotiated and ongoing, will generate trillions of dollars in revenue to the United States. And this is twofold. The president wants to onshore jobs here to the United States of America. He wants to boost our manufacturing industry. He also wants to tackle these crippling deficits with almost every single country around the world. Jackie.
Thanks, Caroline. The Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent, warned that some of these negotiations might take up to months, that we could be doing this through April, May, and into June. And then you had Kevin Hassett say it's going to take a lot for the president to put his signature on the line, because he wants to make sure there's a good deal for America. Is the president operating on any sort of a timeline or deadline where he wants this completed by?
Well, we always move at Trump speed here at the White House, which is incredibly fast. I know you all know that from covering this White House day to day. The president likes to get things done, but he's very much focused on ensuring that these deals are good for the American worker. They are good for American manufacturing, and again, that they tackle
That just
these
means
crippling
no,
deficits with
you're
these
not getting
countries.
any
All
pause.
options are on the table.
Remember,
for each
that's how you
country,
rallied
but again,
yesterday. They're
these are
saying,
going
nah,
to
we'll
be
negotiate while we
tailor-made
enact them.
deals. They are not going to be off-the-rack deals, as the president has called it, and he has directed his entire trade team to be part of this effort. So that includes Secretary Bessent and our National Economic Director, Kevin Hassett. It also includes Secretary Lutnick, Peter Navarro, the entire trade team, Jamison Greer, who was on the Hill today. Everybody who was involved in this incredible, fair, reciprocal trade agenda will continue to be involved in negotiating these deals.
And then yesterday, Goldman Sachs put out a research note. It put the odds
TLT
of a
is the
recession
bond
at
auction.
45%.
But then
in the next
again,
12 months, up
at
from
this point, you guys,
35%.
make up your mind.
But Peter
Stop
Navarro
crying to me,
guaranteed
please.
Last night,
I'm
no
looking at you,
recession.
Cam.
Does the president agree with him on that? I know that the president in the past has been leery of making definitive statements on that.
I can speak for the president, and I can speak for the optimism that he sees in our economy every day. Again, when you talk about the massive deregulatory efforts that are happening across the board, when you talk about how oil prices are down, gas prices are down, egg prices are down, we're cutting costs for the American worker, for the American consumer. We also see trillions of dollars of investments pouring into this country every day, and we're working hard now on the tariff side of the president's economic agenda.
Are food names
But don't
going
forget,
down?
The next side of this is tax cuts, and we're counting on Capitol Hill to get those done, the largest tax cuts in history.
Does that mean that without those tax cuts coming through, that the likelihood of a recession is greater?
No, that's not what I said. I'm just saying be mindful of the whole of government economic approach that this administration is taking every day. Sure. Go ahead.
Thank you, Caroline. You just said that one of the reasons these tariffs are going into effect is that some countries have been ripping off the United States, but some of the tariffs target countries like Madagascar, Bangladesh, with very high levels of poverty. So can you explain how the president wants to correct the deficit with those countries? Is there a plan, for example, to onshore the textile industry that these countries are known because, and, you know, just like, can you be specific about those like low income?
Sure. Well, first of all, the reciprocal tariff rates that were implemented by country were focused on the monetary tariff that those countries have imposed on the United States, but also the non-monetary tariff barriers and the regulations, if you will, that have been put into effect over the years, making it harder for America to export to these countries. These were very carefully crafted numbers. There was also a 10% baseline tariff across the board as well, as you know. Moving forward, the president will talk to any country that picks up the phone to call, and I can tell you the phones have been ringing off the hook, wanting to talk to this administration, this president, and his trade team to try to strike a deal. And it's because the world knows that they need the United States of America.
I think the
They need our
confusion in
markets, they need our
TLT is
consumer.
some of you are letting it confuse you rather than seeing the opportunity.
The best country in the world that he leads, and he knows that. And it's about dang time we finally have a president
that's
who
the whole
uses that
point, if
economic
you guys don't
leverage
realize
to
it.
benefit American workers. And that's what the president is trying to do.
Imagine how much doubt is getting into bonds right now.
Television this weekend, which was
Literally.
the army of millions and millions of human beings screwing in little screws to make iPhones. That kind of thing is going to be moving to the U.S. Is that how the president envisions manufacturing shifting? And if so, how long would that take, roughly?
The president wants to increase manufacturing jobs here in the United States of America.
No, but also stop crying about it to me. Again, this has been the first play in months
growing around
where
the
I'm
world that the
clearly
United
telling
States
you
needs to
it.
be a leader in as
But
well.
do you
So
see the
there's
problem?
An array of diverse jobs,
The moment I try to
more
tell y'all
traditional
something,
manufacturing jobs, as
I
you
cannot
discussed,
go
but
a
also,
day without not
jobs in
hearing
advanced
about it.
technologies. The president
Now
is
I have
looking at all of
1,000
those. He
people
wants them to
every
come back home.
TLT move.
iPhones.
Now I'm like, okay,
specifically, is that
back to
something
stream
that you
alerts,
think
baby.
kind of
Back to stream
technology can
alerts.
move to the U.S.?
Absolutely.
No,
We
for
believe
real
we
though,
have the
it's
labor,
like
we have
that's
the workforce,
not how
we have the
you're
resources
trying to play
do it.
these things,
and
bro.
As you know, Apple has invested $500 billion.
I know I
here
didn't
in the
even tell you a
United
damn
States, so
strike
if
price,
Apple
and it's
didn't think
still.
the United States could
But
do
when
it,
I'm
they
trying
probably
to
wouldn't put up
expose
that
you
big
guys
chunk
to
of
the
change.
opportunity,
Elena.
it has way too much negativity because now I can't escape it when I'm trying to look at everything else.
Is he considering at all potentially holding off on imposing some of them before the deadline, or maybe later?
I know, too many
reversing them
gamblers.
because he's having these negotiations.
I just
and
hit
having these good
40%,
talks with other
execute it
leaders.
perfectly.
The president was asked
You're at break even 5% on the other one. I'm like, why do I keep hearing about it? I'm confused.
That was not his mindset. He expects that these tariffs are going to go into effect. And you said
But
something
in a
very
weird way,
important,
though,
Elena, in
like,
your question. You said
the literal
president has
confusion
captivated
is the
attention of the
opportunity.
world. Absolutely,
And I hope
he
you
has.
see
And
that.
It's about time we have a president in the Oval Office who is putting the world on notice and is putting the
does
American
support the
people
play.
first.
It does,
And again,
100%.
is using the leverage of the United States to
I'm
negotiate
telling you,
good
people
trade.
are
Just a quick
fucking.
follow-up.
They're getting shaken out. People are shorting it.
The president's trade advisor,
Some
Peter Navarro,
direction
on
is
some of
gonna
these
blow
tariffs.
out
Musk actually referred
very
to Navarro
soon.
as being, quote,
That's all that matters.
Bricks.
Hey
Are
man,
you
play the
or is
volatility,
the administration,
bro.
the president, all concerned that this is maybe impacting the public's understanding of these tariffs? It might be messing with the message on it.
No, look, these are obviously two individuals who have very different views on trade and on tariffs. Boys will be boys, and we will let their public sparring continue. And you guys should all be very
I don't
want
wanna
to
thank you. Just shut up about it. That's all.
History. And I
That's
think
all,
it also
bro.
speaks to the
For
president's,
anybody out there, just
willingness
believe it.
to
I
hear
see
from all
everything.
sides, that he has people
But
at
I
the
need
highest
good
levels of
feedback
this
in the
government
chat,
and this White
not
House who have
tick by
very
tick
diverse
ESPN
opinions on very
on the
diverse
only
issues, but the
play that
president
we're
takes
looking at.
all opinions in mind.
There's
and then he makes
Apple.
the best decision
See, nobody. Why
based
don't you
on
tell me
the
about
best
Apple? I have
interests
a
of the
lot of
American
puts on
public.
that.
Tiana.
Caroline, on Truth Social today,
Yeah,
Trump was
Apple's going
talking
first
about
now.
One-stop shopping talks with foreign leaders.
Non-stop
Bringing leaders
talking stop.
to the U.S., to Washington, and talking to them about tariffs, but also other topics. So is that part of his strategy to bring the leaders to Washington and trying to get deals, outside of tariffs on foreign policy issues as well?
I think the president, again, is going to have a custom, tailor-made approach to each and every country. And if that means discussions of foreign aid, of our military presence in these countries, how those troops are paid for, come to the table, that could be part of the negotiation in these economic negotiations. But it's the president's economic team who will be leading these. These are tariff and trade negotiations. And yes, they will be one-stop shopping for each and every country. They will be, as the president said again, tailor-made, not off the rack, to each and every country based on America's needs.
Can you confirm? How are you? Thank you. Good. Tara from Lindell TV. So President Trump has designated Intraday as a foreign terrorist organization and deported its members while also moving to restrict Venezuela's oil exports. Is the administration preparing additional military or economic actions against Venezuela and the Maduro regime? And my second question is about Supreme Court Justice Amy Coney Barrett. Is the administration have a comment on her decision to go with the liberals and go actually with the Intraday Araguas? This is the same justice that actually sided against January 6th hostages last year. So is the administration have a comment?
They won't show my bids.
Supreme Court Justice Amy Coney Barrett?
To your first question, I don't have any actions to read out in terms of Venezuela. The president has imposed secondary tariffs on the Maduro regime and on Venezuela in the form of oil, which is obviously going to have a crippling effect on the Maduro regime, and that's the intended effect of this administration. As for the justice you mentioned, as for the Supreme Court, we've made our feelings very clear. We believe this was a massive victory. Certainly, we wish this was a 9-0 decision because we firmly believe that the president was well within his constitutional authority, and the Supreme Court made that very clear last night, and they put Judge Boasberg in his place. We called on the Supreme Court to rein in these judges who are acting as judicial activists, not real arbiters of the truth and the law, and that's exactly what we saw the Supreme Court do yesterday. Christian.
Thanks, Caroline. Now that the president's reciprocal tariffs are here,
hey, Apple led the way on that.
What's the status of the ERS? When will they actually start collecting revenue? And will that be nested under CBP or somewhere else entirely?
It's something Secretary Lutnick has taken up, so I defer you to the Department of Commerce, but it's something that he and the president believe quite strongly in, and it's a promise that they intend to keep to the American people.
Real quickly, can you explain why the president opted to send Secretary Hegseth to the dignified transfer last week instead of attending himself?
Sure. The Secretary Hegseth was there to represent the administration. The president has expressed his condolences to these families.
Damn, the VIX, I should have held that.
Shelby.
That play was dead, though, and it went back 40%.
Morning told senators
yeah, bro.
that the
I got out of my
president did not plan on carving
UVXY.
out exemptions for products and companies when it comes to tariffs. But would the administration consider changing that stance should bankruptcies begin among U.S. companies who are dependent on China trade?
I won't get ahead of the president on any exemptions or his decision on that. I will leave that to him. But again, we're looking at this country by country.
I got a good China
based
play.
On the needs of the American people.
It sucks. There's no good options,
Or
but
can you walk us through how this specific tariff plan was decided on and which advisor came up with it?
The reciprocal tariff plan. It was a plan that was discussed by the president's entire trade team over.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys a play. This is your final shot. Because after that, I'm actually never going to tell you guys a play ever again. And what I mean is I want to share an idea with you, but I don't want to hear about this idea nonstop. Does that make sense? So once I tell you it, I never want to hear about it again. Do you all understand that? No, for real. Because, again, I want to give you opportunities, but y'all got to grow up with it. Okay? This isn't going to work. So very simple. Just stop telling me about it. Okay? The play is TSN. Tyson for China tomorrow. Not K-Web. Yeah. I already grabbed a fuck ton of apples. Those are paying. We were talking China yesterday. That's the news. It's hitting today. That's the real big one coming into tomorrow. So that's it. Now China and agriculture and food. That's the next thing you want to eye. They're probably going to clap back at Apple, Boeing, or one of our food producers. Ta-da! So that's a good play idea. Do whatever you want with it. I never want to hear about it again. Good luck.
In terms of an executive order, any documentation?
Not a recommendation.
Will that additional 50% go into effect tomorrow?
They will be going into effect at 12:01 a.m. tonight, so effectively tomorrow, yes.
Work on that today?
Of course, as always. To the gentleman in front of you, because that's who I originally called on. Go ahead.
Over the weekend, President Trump said that he would be willing to have U.S. citizens deported to El Salvador with the cooperation of President Bukele. How would that work legally, and how many people would potentially be?
I don't know, man. What do we do with the Apple?
Operation?
So the president.
So now the shittiest Apple plays are up 40%. You could either make them free or you push that to tomorrow now, as she's confirming the 100% news and all that.
Heinous, violent criminals who have broken our nation's laws repeatedly, and these are violent repeat offenders in American streets. The president has said if it's legal, right, if there is a legal pathway to do that. He's not sure. We are not sure if there is. It's an idea that he has simply floated and has discussed very publicly as in the effort of transparency. Reagan.
Thank you, Caroline. There's been more reporting coming out now about President Biden's decline while in the White House. Is the White House considering releasing the audio of Biden's interview with Special Counsel Robert Hur?
Oh, shit. Those shitty spy puts are up. Wait, I thought I sold them.
don't have an update on that, but I can certainly check.
Bro.
I think the American people would be quite interested to hear that tape, but I'll double check on the release of it. Thank you. Michael.
No, I sold. Oh, I made them free.
On Saturday,
I got the 4 free ones.
During meetings with Iran, President Trump says high-level officials will be meeting directly with Iranian officials. We're hearing some pushback from Iran now saying those talks will be indirect.
I'm going to sell that one. There's no way that play could hit, can it?
And I won't get ahead of.
But those plays are up 100 now.
Any further details, Jennifer?
I'm selling the rest of the free
On
ones.
the Israel tariffs, can you give us an update on the discussion on relaxing those tariffs? And then I had another question about the Doge team after that.
That discussion is ongoing. I don't have any definitive details to iron out for you here.
And then the president on Thursday told us that there was an incredible discovery that the Doge team had made. He called it horrible and incredible. Can you reveal that yet? Give us details on what it was about?
There has been a discovery. I hate to leave you hanging on a cliff, but I don't want to get ahead of the president on that. But I can confirm there has been a discovery. It's just not quite yet ready for release. Sure. Go ahead.
Caroline, thank you.
I was calling on the young lady behind you, but I'll come to you after, Ed.
All right.
Not discriminating here.
The president is meeting today with House Republicans. Can you say who is in that meeting and his message to Republicans that are skeptical of the Senate-passed budget framework?
Sure. The president will be meeting with Republican lawmakers today here at the White House to talk to them about the framework that the Senate passed. The president was very quick to put out a statement about his support
Bonds whipping, but
for
look at the premiums.
reconciliation package that the Senate passed, and he is counting on House Republicans to pass it. The Republicans received an
I'm gonna go to the
overwhelming
bathroom and
mandate
then
from
let's
the
start
American
PHILO.
public to govern. We have an extraordinary opportunity. There are key promises that the president made to the American people in this bill: tax cuts, securing the border, deregulation, unleashing the might of American energy. These are good things for the American people. The president wants to see this get done, and that's why he's engaging with lawmakers today.
Just a quick follow-up on tariffs. Kevin Hassett said today that the administration is prioritizing talks with Japan and South Korea, other trading partners. Are there other countries on that list that you guys can name publicly that you're having serious discussions with?
Sure. As you have heard from various administration officials, myself included, there have been nearly 70 countries that have reached out to the administration last time I checked. But again, I hear the phones are ringing off the hook. There are foreign leaders who want to fly to Washington tonight and get on a plane to negotiate with this country, which shows you the leverage that the president is using. It shows you the rest of the world needs the United States of America to do business with. Israel, obviously, yesterday, you heard a public statement from Prime Minister Netanyahu. The president has detailed his calls with the leaders of Japan and South Korea. We are going to prioritize our allies and our partners around the world first when it comes to these negotiations, and the trade team will be divvying them up again to make tailor-made trade deals around the world. Ed, go ahead. As promised.
Yes, thank you. You mentioned the 70 countries or so.
All right, bro.
I'm curious, though.
I think, bro, I've already bitched out of 2 plays. I had a UVXY go up 40%. I shouldn't have made money, and I took it. And then I was like, okay, another 100% on the SPY dailies. I took it, but now it keeps going, bro. So, yeah, I don't know. It's one of those days, though. We hit a couple finally. It was kind of choppy there, but very easy to sell out early, so be careful. But now you're bouncing, so now I don't regret it. So we'll see.
Xi and China want to make a deal. They just don't know how to get that started. And the president also wanted me to tell all of you that if China reaches out to make a deal, he'll be incredibly gracious, but he's going to do what's best for the American people.
have to call first.
The Chinese want to make a deal. They just don't know how to do it, but the president will.
Bro, remember that shitty SPY call I told you about? That shit's up 10%. There's no fucking way. We went even lower. I'm pretty sure I bought it at this one. That's insane, bro. Yeah, they heard me. But now they're dude, I can't believe it. It's just like that other Friday with the volatility. Remember when I was calling out the fucking SPY plays? And I'm like, why is this play green? Wait, why is it red? So again, once again, I have a SPY play. I am lower than where I bought it, and then that went green. Meanwhile, our puts are just chilling. Nah, you just hear this a lot more in this environment because, like, again, I've been trying to call it out when I'm telling you guys this stuff, and then the next day people are like, wait a minute, how come I didn't make money on a 4% move? It's like, because they're fucking scammers. So you just got to be aware.
The administration is considering drone strikes on drug cartels in Mexico. We're citing several officials. This morning, Mexico's president was asked about that, and she said that we reject any of those actions. Your response?
I saw that reporting. I don't want to confirm it from this podium. I don't want to comment on it because I'm not sure, but I would defer you to the National Security Council.
So you haven't confirmed the report, but with Mexico's president saying that she rejects any of that, what would your response be? How is the relationship then between Mexico's president and the White House right now over targeting drug cartels?
Well, first of all, the relationship between President Sheinbaum and President Trump is quite good, and I think both world leaders would tell you that. The president has been engaged directly with President Sheinbaum on a number of different topics, particularly when it comes to clamping down on the Mexican drug cartels, on clamping down on illegal
If China makes a
immigration,
deal,
human
Trump will be
trafficking,
gracious.
drug trafficking through our southern border. She's taken significant steps towards doing that, but as for that specific report, again, I'm not going to comment.
Caroline, two questions on trade. First, as a part of these negotiations, is it possible for countries to lower their tariffs below that 10% bare minimum that's been set?
Again, I'll leave that to the president to make those determinations, but I can tell you that 10% universal baseline will go into effect as these negotiations are ongoing.
Got it. And then what is your thinking just as far as low labor cost countries? Like if you've got a country like Vietnam that wants to negotiate, but obviously they have some advantages in terms of trade, in terms of the people there are not paid as much as American citizens. What is kind of the thinking? Can they still achieve a good kind of trade outcome with the United States?
Well, again, you're right to point out that different countries have different labor markets. They have different skills, if you will, different resources, and the president is going to take all of that into account. His team will take all of that into account when they're negotiating.
Bonds dying and then SPY. Remember, Bonds started dying at the auction.
The president, everybody in Washington,
China,
whether they want to admit it or not, knows that this president
Apple
is right
plays are
when it
already
comes
coming
to tariffs
down.
and when it comes to
SPY
trade.
plays
In fact,
are up 20.
Democrats have long said that the United States of America has been ripped off
That's
by
hit
these,
3 times. Trump will be
countries around the
gracious.
world. They just don't want to admit it now because it's President Trump who is saying that. In June of 1996, Nancy Pelosi spoke on the House floor. She urged her colleagues at the time to fight against the status quo trade policies that had contributed to America's trade deficit with
Trump
China.
admin.
In fact, Nancy Pelosi said,
I think that's a rumor, though. So hold on. You're getting a rumor because you have Levit speaking now. They're saying Trump changes China port fee plan after business pushback. But think about it. That's a full-blown rumor. Why? Because it says sources, and then you have the White House secretary up on TV right now. Make no mistake. All right? So watch out. But you got a good rumor circling. See what ends up going on. But literally, I'm just telling you. You're telling me there's a negotiation headline, but she's literally right in front of you live.
It's saying these are the kinds of records the American people don't want us to be breaking. The administration needs to move beyond words, take action now to reverse a trend that threatens our prospects for future economic growth. And Chuck Schumer said that in 2007. Finally, in 2025, President Trump is taking action. Recently defeated Democrat Sherrod Brown said on deficits in 2012 that our deficit then at China had reached an all-time high, and it was on pace to recede last year's record. The trade deficit had cost American workers millions of jobs at the time. These are the words of Democrats years ago. It is about time America finally has a president who is taking action to restore those millions of jobs back to the United States.
Yeah,
of America,
I think they're intervening, bro. Look,
industry. He's
it won't
doing
go
what's right
past
for the
it.
American
But
people.
yeah,
it will take a lot
all
of
day,
labor.
China's
It will
at the
take a lot
danger
of
zone.
effort. That's exactly what the American people elected this president to do. He will be talking about our energy agenda at 3 o'clock today over in the East Room. As you all know, he will be signing a bill to unleash the might of our beautiful, clean coal industry in this country, which is a reliable energy source also for AI. There's a great story in Bloomberg today, actually, about the executive order that will be signed later. So we'll see you all there. I'll let the president speak more. We'll see you later. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Oh, boo. All right, bro. It's circulating again. The rumor of China port fee plan is going up. I don't know. It sounds fake to me, to be honest. Because like I'm saying, the rumor's not causing a big enough pop, but I don't know. She was just live. She would have said something. And then it sounded like, again, when was the last time Trump responded to business pushback? So that's the only thing, but we'll see. Either way, those shitty spy calls, they're up a little bit. That sucks, though. That killed that Apple. The Apples just went 50% down to like 20. Bonds are wrecked, though, now. So double dip on TLT is now back down 25%. So gave up a little bit more than half. But I might take another one. We're just going to wait. But now we can PHILO. Now we PHILO. You hold your spy call. Let's see what the rumor does. TLT gap filled. That's good. And the Chinese yuan is getting blown out right now. That's it. I think it's all about tomorrow. Like I'm saying, think about the TSNs and then think about Apple, and then that's it. Do you think people are getting margin called? I think there is something going on with TLT that none of us can understand. And trying to understand it is like juggling knives. And if you choose to, be my guest. But I do think that the confusion right now with TLT is creating part of the opportunity. And quite frankly, I am just waiting for a reaction. That is, and then we'll talk about why. But I'm not too concerned with anything else. Maybe Michael Saylor is clapped. It is like chaos theory, 100%. But like I'm saying, the more this turns up, it's very simple. TLT is going to squeeze in either direction. All I'm saying is volatility is extremely high in bonds, and then you have one side saying, oh my gosh, it's going to do this. Then the other side saying, no, China, and it doesn't matter. Somebody's going to get squeezed right now. Everybody shorting or everybody buying, and then now mix it in with 10% down. That's all that matters. All right. SPY calls up 41. That's shocking. They shouldn't be. But we'll take it. So that rumor is working, but do you notice it's a lot chiller than yesterday? Yesterday's rumor, you were up in 5 minutes, 300 points. So you did pop up 6 points off the bottom as she ended, and we got that rumor on the port fee, but that's about it. Why are the bonds dying? Shame on you. That's what I'm saying. At this point, I can't even tell which one of you are fucking with me or not. So, I guess back to $199 a month, Chad. $199 a month. You're LOLing? I'm banning you, Cam, because you asked me that too many times. You're laughing now too, Clint? I'm banning you. Okay. Anybody else with the LOL who's asked me that 10 times? So you guys have been a disruption. Yeah, no, for real. So I'm banning you. You guys are permanently banned. Thank you for your 3 or 4 years, but I'll see you next quarter if we have an unbanning. You guys should get stream alerts and shh. But thank you for your time. Yeah, so sad. So sad. This is why we can't have good things. Well, no, I mean, that's it. I mean, but now 2 of you, I'm looking at you weird. That's all. Just don't waste my time. If you show me that you'll waste my time once, I'm probably not going to give you my time again, unfortunately. Besant, we are righting the wrongs of global trade imbalances. I like Besant. I like Besant a lot. He's an interesting guy. I think his approach so far, but he plays it good. He plays it good. He plays the econ hedge fund dude while being in the middle of like still like a Trump loyalist. Cause good for him. Cause how he manages it, very interesting. Cause he's not dumb, bro. I like him a lot. But then he's like, he doesn't offend Trump. He plays the right cards, but that's why I want to see. I want to see what he does. That's why it's like I kind of wish he had a better. I wish he I would have loved to see Besant if he was under Biden. Like, what if Besant could do his job without people kind of making it harder for him? I would love to see it. That would be so. Or maybe in a few years when things chill out, maybe we could watch him do something with it. I've witnessed something similar, but this is truly unique. So that's what I'm saying. That's why I was like, it has a piece of everything. And this is what I was telling you for all of you guys with the bonds. I'm genuinely trying so hard to give you guys an opportunity. It's so funny, some of these reactions, but this is what I brought up this morning. What happened with TLT yesterday, there was only 2 other times in history that you witnessed that happen. So 2 other times in history have yields been above 12 basis points, only to end the day lower by 12 basis points. That doesn't happen. So you literally are witnessing something that has happened to bonds and TLT. What happened yesterday was the 3rd time in history. And the 2 other times in histories was the first time that Trump was elected, and then the other time was after a major loss 3 months ahead of Lehman Brothers. So all the bond market is telling you, something snapped in the last 72 hours. That's what I believe. And that's why, because you don't watch that. That doesn't happen normally. And any other time it did happen, you don't know if it's good or bad because something did snap. Again, Trump came in, he changed everything from 2016. That's it. The world was never the same again. And then vice versa, 3 months before Lehman, that's it. The world was never the same again after that, and then after Lehman Brothers. So, yeah. And I'm trying my hardest to show you guys this without you making a bad move or getting misdirected. But like I'm saying, I don't know how many ways I could communicate it, but that's the important part right now, and I would feel like a fool if I wasn't paying attention while that was going on. You know? Can you ask how much time we're looking? I'm going to ban you forever, and that leaves you enough time to go to the watch list yesterday. Because you asked many times, and I told you specifically I was going nice on you, and then I said I'm going to send you to the watch list the next day, and that's what I'm doing now, but you choose not to listen, so good luck. But yeah, the point you need to realize for all of you, for those of you who are not going to pester me with the same question, for those of you who already watched the watch list, I love you. Here's what you need to understand. Like I'm telling you, I would feel like an idiot if we look back at this moment and we're not locked into it. Does that make sense? Why? Because like I'm telling you, 3 months from now, every other time this happened in the bond market, that's it. We've never seen this, but we don't know if it's good or bad. Do you understand me? So I believe TLT is going to get squeezed hard, either up or down. I just don't know which way, but I do believe that the way the bond market is communicating right now, I think something major has happened. And that's why the bonds don't know what the fuck to do right now, and everybody's starting to freak out. So, yeah, you straddle it, you buy, you whatever. I think it's a mix of, like, have some small plays now, definitely have the extremely cheap ones, and then once it starts to break, we're going to move right away, just like you've seen me do. So just be ready for it. I think there's one play early, and because now we could predict and plan right now, but then eventually we're going to move into react stage, if that makes any sense. So, yeah, but that, like I'm saying, everybody's just focusing on the wrong stuff right now, because I'm like, dude, come on, guys, hear me out right now. Dude, this is not normal. You know, thankfully, I watch it every single day where I know this is odd. Maybe you haven't, but either way, something is happening in TLT. I wish we knew what direction. Believe me, I'm praying for it. But at the end of the day, you should be aware right now. Don't be walking into this neighborhood thinking everything's roses when, like I'm telling you, bonds do not move like this. This is not supposed to happen. So that means something big is already moved underneath the surface, and there might be more to follow. there's a lot of possibilities. But like I'm saying, what's the point of that reasoning? Right? So China's dumping. Where does that leave us? Right? Let's say no other country is buying. Where does that leave us? Larry Fink is shorting. Where does that leave us? Do you guys get what I'm saying? Even listening, you can't tell if I'm long or short TLT. Good. Amen. So I am long on TLT. Man, I'm not trying to conceal that. Again, I don't like dealing with the annoying ass motherfuckers trying to find a gamble, but amen. That's the whole point. Like, if you're really listening, I'm not trying to hide anything. You know, the dumbasses who are trying to come in late and not really pay attention, none of this shit's going to make sense to them. But if you are following, that's like, it's good that you should have this doubt. We don't know which direction, but now I'm getting very confident that it's going to squeeze in either direction. It's going to squeeze high to the upside, or it's going to get fucking legs blown out. But the whole point I'm trying to say, you could figure out any theory. It doesn't matter because it's not going to help you make a play right now. All that matters is that bonds are doing something they shouldn't have. The market is moved at a historically large rate, and bonds are not doing that. And then on top of that, going from green to red, fixed income doesn't do that. That's not normal for bonds. What are we talking about? What do you mean bonds are going green by 0.25% and finishing red 0.5%? That's not fixed income. So that's already occurred. And that's why I'm saying now at this point, just you don't want to look back at this a year from now and be like, why weren't we talking about this? Or you're going to look back and be like, why were we arguing the media narrative when we should have just been, you could have gone any direction and you would have probably been happier. But that's what I'm trying to tell y'all right now, is that it's not, that's what matters right now. Odd moves, it's moved bigger than it should have. The market has, and now you're sitting at this weird spot. Somebody is going to crack. Either long or short on bonds, somebody is going to move eventually, but I think that's the real move when it's all said and done. So good luck, and be wise. Be wise. If we buy enough contracts, it could squeeze. I wish you could see my eye contact, because my eye contact is really scary in real life. That's what people have told me. So, but I'm just staring at you right now. Like, that's it. The other day, if I didn't almost shoot a hole in my garage, I'd pistol whip you. I would. I really, really would. And I mean it out of love. You guys know that? Do you guys understand? No, for real. Because I'm not mad. I'm not bothered. I am just like, have you ever tried to save somebody in the ocean while you're sitting on a yacht? And then you keep throwing them life jackets, and then they keep taking a knife and popping them? That's what I feel like right now. I'm just trying to help you, but eventually, if that storm hits, I'm leaving, dude. Do you understand? I'm going in my yacht, and that's it. Whoever gets on board, fine with me. I don't give a fuck. I'm a good guy in the sense of, hey, if you need help, I got you. Okay? Very simple. But all I'm saying at this point, I am being kind of harsh with you because I want you guys to pay attention right now. This is a very critical moment, okay? It's not a subtle flex. I said it the other day. I got people like, dude, why am I focusing like this? It's hilarious. I've made more money in 3 months of trading than I have half a decade of any YouTube money. Let that sink in for a second, okay? That's why. And then again, I got my most unsubscribers on the days I make more money. Again, I could hit a trade and all I will hear about is the one that is down. I don't get it. But point I'm saying is I've already made out like a bandit. I don't give a fuck anymore. Literally, I should be taking my girl for a 6-year vacation right now. But at the end of the day, we have a big opportunity and I want you guys to do something with it. All right? But at this point, I'm not mad. I don't have reasons to be mad, but I have ran out of patience for a lazy motherfucker. Oh, no haters. I just don't want any lazy. That's it. A lazy motherfucker, you will not like me. I do not like you. Do you get it? That's what I've realized. I don't know if y'all feel me. This might just be the beginning of PHILO for you. No, for real. Anything. I just don't like a lazy bitch. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do lazy. That's it. So that's why I'm saying on some of this stuff, bro, I'm going to push you guys either over the edge or I'm going to push you into greatness. So make your mind up now. But with my harshness and my side eye and all of that, I don't mean anything by it. I really hope so. All I'm saying is like, dude, we got to lock in right now or not. And that's it. And you're hearing my reactions. I hope you know this goes back to what I'm telling you. Why are you going to let me be hungrier than you? I just ate. I just fucking ate a lot. Why do I care more about it than you right now? That makes zero sense. It makes zero sense. So that's where I'm saying, man, get serious about it. When I'm giving you a serious conversation, I encourage you to lock in. And if not, you're just going to get a funny or a mean comment back. So run it, baby. Why do the Greeks on options lie so badly? I love that you put it that way. They're not lying. They're just variable. That's why I never really took them into consideration. Yeah, man. I love it, though. Yeah, the math is never lying. You just chose to rely upon a variable indicator. That's why I don't look at, because like the Greeks are real, but it just changes. So I could calculate it, and then by the time I look at it again, it changes again. So yeah, sometimes it could be useful, but you do have to know how that operates. All right, man. That little rumor, though, do you guys notice how calm that is? That's kind of crazy. So that rumor wasn't as aggressive, got us off the low. Premiums are still up, but now we're like chilling. Do I believe in quantum computing? I do. But I believe in it like I believe in the guy who is insisting on trading options right now and making a long term after he hits big. That's what I believe. I'm in the sense that it's going to take a really long time. So quantum's real, but it'll take a really long time before we can make money on it in a certain way. And same thing, all of you trading, thinking that you will make your long term after you trade, it's the other way around. Long term will open up the door to trading. Trading will close the door to long term if you don't set it up. Ta-da! Best in. Oh, that's old. Reiteration. Yeah, don't email me, Cam. You did deserve the ban. Your chat facts, every single comment would be about TLT going down. After I would answer you and tell you to shut up, and that's it. You had one or two feedbacks back. But try again. That's it. That's it, man. I don't know. If you weren't listening, you weren't seeing everything going on, I think you thought it was cute, but you literally have a PhD. So I don't know why this is weird. It's very simple. Just lock in and focus. I'll see you next quarter. And next time, please don't do that same shit again. You been uprooted it? That's fine. I have no problem if you uprooted your money tree. I really don't. And I think some of you think I'm, blah, blah, blah. No, that's okay, bro. We've all had mistakes, but make sure you prioritize the long term in the long run. You know, and that's what I'm saying. Your long term will open up the door to trading, and usually trading will close the door if you're not thinking like that. Thank you all. Well, thank you, baby. All righty. Oh. Chadadonia. Chadadonia. Oh, man. It's PHILO. We all need PHILO, dude. You know, we all need PHILO. And don't forget, man. Don't forget, though. You know, give your guys self some time. You know that? You see my tweet yesterday, bro? I just tweeted. I was like, man, life is a trip. I love it. I just be sitting there praying, bro. And I just be overwhelmed with feelings of just, that's why I'm saying, man, if you think I have any anger or animosity, no, I'm just trying to help y'all out, bro. Because I turn off my shit, bro. I am living God is good, bro. I don't know. There's so many things, and it's really exciting. But I say that to you because you need to do that on your own, man. Please don't ever forget that. You know, I really think that a little bit of time by yourself, man, prayer, like, I don't know, man, relaxing, like I've been telling you. Do not wear yourself out trying to get rich. Okay? For real. That's what I'm saying is like, straight up, every day I'm reminding you, do not go and wear yourself out trying to get rich. Okay? Very, very simple. But at the same time, I'm reminding you to stop letting the easy shit slip by. Do you see what and I mean your work, your effort. Again, some of you guys are talented people. Stop selling yourself short. We talked about it the other day, bro. Yesterday. Do you think the devil is seeing you go through anxiety, watching you about to crack, and then do you think he's like, I'll deal with him tomorrow? No, he's going to come for you right away. You should have the same mentality then. I'm just telling you, bro, even the devil's not lazy. Isn't that funny? The devil's not lazy, bro. What? How you going to tell me the devil's not lazy, but you going to be lazy? That's crazy. So I hope you find the balance, man. Because like I'm telling you, right in the middle. Right in the middle. Don't wear yourself out. Wealth isn't everything, bro. Believe me, you have a clear mind, you're probably going to make more money than you ever imagined. Again, that's why people get baffled. Even my own mother. You see this world right now, and you know what my profession is. I made all my money in markets. I'm loving it. I got people like, well, you're not scared? You're not this? No. Again, it's not everything, and I'm grateful. But planning, preparation, and above all else, after that, I can't control it. That's it. Peace, my brother. I'm not going to wear myself out on any of it. Neither should you. But at the same time, you got to work every single day. Every single day, you got something to account for. You are going against yourself. Did you give it your all? That's all that matters. That's it. That's it. That's all you need. So I've been reminding you with that every day. And the other part is very simple. This is PHILO now. So that we spent the first half because we had Caroline Levit, but unfortunately, you guys paid to be here. So that means you want to be here. You have survived my aggressive attitude, and you've gotten it here without getting banned. That's awesome. So if you don't want to deal with PHILO, that's okay. But if you distract the chat, I'm going to ban you. It's very simple. I'm not trying to force anything on you. You paid to be here. So if it has nothing to do with PHILO, just don't say it at all. And vice versa. If you just want to focus on stocks, I'm still here for that. And we could do a lot of things at once. So I could read multiple things. I don't know how, but I could do it. But if anything happens, if you only post stocks, you now have the news wire too. So if I miss something, you do it. This is an echo chamber. You already know the answer to that question. Why? Because you didn't ask the question respectfully. So I can't take you seriously. Why? Because echo chamber has a negative connotation. That's like me asking you, are you a baby back bitch or will you treat me respectfully? Clearly, baby back bitch has a negative connotation. So it's very simple. It's simple. You're going to take PHILO or you're not. Either post stocks or not. We're over that time. So you pick your answer that you want. Maybe you listen, but like I'm saying, if it's distracting, if it's not on topic, if it's not there in line with what we're going over, you will be banned. Otherwise, just focus on the stock market and you'll be good to go. Sound good? Sounds good. All righty. And then now, TOT first. Just get ready. End of the day. But yeah, I want to see what the SPY does. Those other SPY calls are still up. So we'll see what happens. No, this is not. I got banned by Bloomberg. I used to have a terminal, but they banned me. So I created my own news. Ta-da. And here we are today. Faster than ever. But I don't know which one I want to talk about. I have a reading for you, actually. So I found a quick little reading I could give you. But now we're going into the low. So before I start on to that one, I'm going to go and I'm going to give you another one. Okay, I'm going to start with another one. Ooh. Oh my gosh, what? Oh wow, I have a better one. I didn't know that. So I have a bunch of PHILOs, bro. So I have either Axe. I have okay. Yeah, we'll do this. I'm going to do a GK Chesterton one. I have one that I'm going to read for you in a little bit. But yeah, here, what do you think about this? Are you ready? To chase something always changing is insanity. What does that sound like to you? To chase something that is always changing is insanity. Maybe I should ask you if you agree with that or not. But what does that sound like to you? There's a word I'm looking for. He said trading. Oh, you were close. It's not fantasy. It's an F word, though. Close. It's not insanity. We already used the word insanity. Coca-Cola, Pepsi on the low. That's weird. Yeah, wait. Why are these values selling? Eyes, just in case you get an RFK headline. It's not fiction. It's not fallacy. It's not faith. Good. I'm so glad. I'm so glad none of you got the word I'm looking for. You know why I'm glad? Because now that means it's something we could focus on. And now next time you see this word, I hope it sticks out to you. And I think some of you might be exposed to what you are really dealing with. The word I was looking for was fashion. Yeah. You didn't see that one coming, huh? No, fashion. Not like a fascist, fashion. Like, the ladies know what I'm talking about. Fashion. Yes, fashion. Interesting, right? Good, it should be. Because do you not realize that's what fashion is? Think about fashion and clothing. What is the whole idea of being fashionable? It literally means design and things are always changing. And where are you? That means you're what? If I say you're fashionable, yeah, that means you keeping up with all the trends. To be in season, yeah. It's funny because the word fashion, some of you know about it and don't, but like we all really know about it. From the moment you were alive, you were exposed to fashion. And I don't mean just clothing, but trends. Yes, isn't it funny? This really has to do with the stock market. Trends. Bro, what would you call EV? That was a trend for a little bit. Again, you've had quantum computing. You've had 3D printers. You've had a lot of things. Again, SPY's still coming down now. But the whole point is fashion. In one part of our lives, we will spend our whole lives trying to keep up with it. Some of you have really good fashion sense. But what does that mean? That means you are always keeping up with things. So this was G.K. Chesterton. He has a nice little thing on fashion because he talks about this and he says it's insane. He says you're going to chase something that is always changing. That's insanity. Again, he said you want to be obsessed with keeping up with the times, but the times are always changing. What a fruitless effort. But why does this matter? There's two parts that really matter. One you might be able to guess. The other one maybe not. I guess I'll just tell you the main point. Actually, no, I have to tell you this first one, though, because I've really thought about this one. When it comes to this topic, G.K. Chesterton says, don't be a child of your age. He said, do not develop an immature obsession and become a child of your age. I'm not going to lie, bro. That one hit me. You know why? Because I got scared. I don't know what happened when I heard it. It's very deep, bro, because then it wasn't just about fashion. I'm not going to lie to you. I was just sitting there and I'm like, damn. I wonder what I have been a child about. I was like, I wonder what I have been. Have I been a child of my age in some ways? And I know I have. Because some ways I act well above my age. You guys think I'm from another planet. You give me a bag of nerds, I turn into a 5-year-old. But yeah, I was thinking about this one. Because I was like, whoa. I've never heard that. I was like, what do you mean a child of your age? To be immature. And yeah, no, bro, that's it. And do you know why I'm telling you this? Because I think this is a really big warning, bro. It's not even a warning. It's like, because when I had a good feeling about this. Like, I don't know. I felt like I was being hugged. Like, it's time to grow up, dude. For real. And I don't know if y'all realize, bro, the world wants you to grow up. I think God wants you to grow up, man. But, like, think about it. There are some things you need to put away. There are some things you need to start getting on. Oh, yeah. You should be like a child. That's the contradiction. You see, you need to have the heart of a child, but I don't want you to be immature in your morality. You know what I'm saying? Have the heart of a child, but now you need to know, like, hey, man, a couple $100 every weekend I think it's time we put it away, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, you can have the heart of a child, but this whole like joking around when you have opportunity right in front of you, might need to put it away. Again, man, this whole thing of have the heart of a child, but like when real serious stuff is happening in life, we can't run away from it anymore. We should address it. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, again, some of this, bro, this whole like, oh, like, yeah, oh, I be going on Tinder, this, okay, time to grow up a little bit. But yeah, and go back to what I start every one of these, man. It's a contradiction. You have to have the contradiction. You do need to be a child and be mature at the same time. You see, because this is where we have problems. Because then we'll try to be adults in our head and then childs physically. How many times do I see people, they're like, oh, that's so, you believe in Sky Daddy? Oh, so silly. So silly. Again, intellectually, they're an adult. But then again, they be snorting lines off of tables and doing whatever. And you're like, that's weird. You're very immature just in other ways. Intellectually superior, but can't save money for the life of them and plan a budget. Again, it's the same thing. You have to contradict and have both. But yeah, this is something I thought of. And that's why I thank God for Chesterton. Because I never thought about it. And like, do you not get this whole point though? He's saying don't be a child of your age and grow up. He's saying fashion. That's what he means though. And he's saying you got to get out of this ideal, an idea that you're going to always keep up with things. And can I tell you this now? Being fashionable isn't good. Always being and changing something that's changing, that's not a good thing, bro. Do you want to know why? It does make you a slave. That's what he calls it. He uses the terminology slave so many times when he talks about this. 100%. That's not the one, though. This is the main point. This is the main point, bro. Fashion, fashion, fashion. I was just joking about it, bro. I was just telling you earlier. I was like, man, if I said I liked boys and I just agreed, bro, I would be, oh my gosh. Imagine if I was fashionable, Chad. Wow. Yeah, guess what, bro? Here's the deal. Your morals will always be out of fashion. Y'all don't feel me. Y'all don't feel me. Do you see the mistake? This is the logical fallacy. You're going to spend your whole life in this insanity trying to chase these things to be up with the times and do this, do that. Oh, I got to be this. Oh, fashion. By that same logic, then, your morals will always be out of date. That's it. If you are fashionable, you cannot hold on to a moral. You know why? Because I bet you your morals are going to change. Well, you're like, yeah, well, 10 years ago, I didn't believe in that, but now, and then last year, but now, and then now. That's it. Your morality moves with the fashion. Your morality moves with the people, the times. That's why I can't be fashionable. What do you mean? I have a belief from thousands of years ago. My belief isn't even new. That's what I'm saying. That's why I was so happy yesterday. That's why I was telling you, bro. You guys don't think it's a trip that Jesus is still like a modern concept? In a world where we're talking all this stuff, this is the most modern we have ever been right here, right now, as I'm speaking. And Jesus is still a topic. Wow. Amen. That's amazing. I think we've taken that for granted. But that, I think, just highlights a lot. But it's like, whoa, that's still modern? That trips me out, bro. It really does. Amen. No, it's amazing, dude. You mean to tell me y'all still passing down those stories to your kids? Just how it was passed down to me? No way. But that's out of style, but it's still here. That's what I was saying yesterday, bro. And I was like, man, that's amazing. It really is. But do you see it, though? You can't stick. If you're trying to be fashionable, bro, you would have dumped these ideas a long time ago. That's it. That's all. So be careful of the trend, dude. You know, understanding trends is good for the market, but also be careful of it. Don't fight it. But you guys got to really think about it, man. You want to be this, you want to be that. You trying to, like, seriously, bro, you want to live a certain life. And some of you guys you're like, I want this and I want that. Well, listen, man, I'm just saying one of the paths you choose is going to be unfashionable. Are you ready for that? It can never be fashionable. We believe what we believe because it's right, not because it's in times. You see what I'm saying? I was reading my Bible before Kanye, and I'm reading it after Kanye. It doesn't matter. I hope you get it. It will never be fashionable. And if you have this desire to try to keep up, my brother, be careful. So, that's just the first part. That was just your intro, believe it or not. Yeah, there was headlines there with Canada too. Chad posted them. And then Envoy Witkoff is in talks with Iran. And then Germany, CDU, SPD agree coalition. But are you ready for this? I love this one. I'm going to read you a C.S. Lewis. It's just a little excerpt. It's kind of long, but I'm going to read you or not C.S. Lewis, G.K. Chesterton. But are you guys ready for this? Are you ready for this? What we are going to talk about is property, real estate, and then some of your favorite topics. One topic, property and what? What do you, if you know the answer, don't tell them. There's something natural to life that you deal with. Everybody. And it has a deeper connection to property that most people don't realize. Argues G.K. Chesterton. What is it? Property and... Yeah, Fed Dolly says businesses optimistic about growth. Hard data is not misread of solid growth in labor. Okay, SPY's still coming down. Watch some of those shitty plays too. Property and sex. Yeah. What would you say if I told you property relates to sex on very deep levels? And in many ways that we mislook at sex, we mislook at real estate. We did talk about it, kind of. It's from a different book. Remember, he said you're a prostitute if you don't end up owning land, because then you'll never be able to have your liberty. Okay, watch out, though. You're going till the low. That's what I'm waiting for, but I love this topic. It's a short little one. I'll read it. I'll see if you get what he's saying. Some of it's complicated, but it comes out pretty easy. But this is from a different book. This one is from G.K. Chesterton, The Well in the Shallows. I've never read it. I've only read this excerpt. So here it is. Sex and property. The fashionable fallacy about the two great powers that make the poetry of life. Beautiful. In the dull, dusty, stale, stiff-jointed, hold on, low ticker. I can't even read with the low ticker in the corner of my eye. I'm just seeing everything dump. Hold on. So get ready for the next. Let me give you a level. Hold on. Oh, yeah, 50-50. Oh, well, next level is fill gap. Actually, SPY's already read. Fuck that. And then 50-22. I think even 50-37. 50-37 to 40. Then 22. And then if shit gets bad, we're going 5,000 to 49, 70, or 80. I know I fucked up the VIX, bro. I had a good one. But that made me 50%. I had to take it. The apples are back up, too. Oh, those TSNs. Holy shit. Bro, the TSNs went up 40? So, yeah. Pinduoduo expands bargain store, name brands. All right, SPY coming down here. I'm trying to read the book, but give me a second. We need the... come on! All right, 502. Oh, my goodness, bro. Bro, VIX is almost that. I can't believe the VIX is higher now. That's crazy. So now you have the stock market lower, and now the VIX is, or stock market's higher, and the VIX is higher. Oh, that's terrible. They hustled me out of that VIX. I'm happy, though. I didn't like that play. I regretted it after it went down, so I don't know. But that one, I could only imagine what that VIX is at now. Actually, I could go double check. You know why I'm laughing? Because that VIX is actually I sold it for more money. Yeah. No, it's not. I wouldn't have made more money. So yeah, that was a shitty play. Fucking scam. I don't even know because they're scammers, and we'll find out in an hour. You don't know what's good or bad until it expires. Fuck it. I don't even know, man. So 50-41, like I'm saying, 37. So literally like a small point now, and then 22 or 27, and then we'll see the bounce. But yeah, low ticker is full steam right now. Fed Dolly says we don't have complete clarity on tariffs. We have to tread carefully and slowly. Okay, big green. Listen, those SPY calls are still green, you guys. Oh, that's a really big pop now. Hold on, check anything else. Even China names are moving. The fuck is that? But watch out, though, because that's 3 points off of the bottom. So remember what I told you about those near the monies. No, be very careful. Do not buy a daily call. They just went 20 to 60 and they're out of the money. The ones for tomorrow are better. Do not play a daily right now unless it's, again, that pop is too big. But something just snapped to the upside. I have no idea what that is. But, dude, be very careful. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's too many dollars. There's a $5 pop. So you might look at an option. I'm just giving you an example. Do not play this. I didn't play this. I was just looking at it. But look, the play was at 17 cents. So if it pops and you go to the option chain and you're like, oh, 70, no, motherfucker. Look, you're down 50% now and you're still at the top of the candle. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's what I keep trying to remind you guys of. That's what I mean. I'm like, it's too big of a dollar move. Because if you move that many dollars, you have to be careful. So yeah, they look at that. Bro, now you're in the middle, but look, if you top ticked it, bro, you're down 60%. That's a 20-cent contract. But in the second, it'll look like a 70-cent contract, but it's not. So, yeah, you just got to be careful. That's what I've been trying to help you guys notice. But, again, sometimes it's obvious. Sometimes it's not. It's very tricky, bro. So, yeah, just be careful because now, even if it goes up, if you get filled on a bad price, that's how you're going to be negative. There's no news. It was just a pop. But sometimes you might get the pop, and then we could make a play on it, and then you'll find out the news. But some of these lately, the last 2 days, these pops are way too big. Even if you try to make a play, you're probably going to lose money just because it's popping $5, and then as you're trying to digest it, it'll come down $3 and be at the same place, but then you just paid the $5 price, and now you're $2 out of the money. It's wild. I think it's taking out stops, but I think it's luring in the news traders like me. That's what I'm saying. The unexperienced news traders, bro, that's clobbering you. Do you not realize it? Because then that means every one of these pops, you don't think there's a guy out there who's like, oh, yeah, rumor. Oh, yeah, this. And then he's fucking going full port on a daily. He just got cleaned out. That's what I'm saying. It serves multiple people. There's multiple purposes you could get out of this. Because that's what I'm saying. It's so deceptive. You don't see it unless you know this. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, again, I watch every single option every single day. Like, no exaggeration. I stare at SPY options every day. That's why I'm like, unless you realize it, you don't realize that that was such a massive move. If you're not looking at the premiums, you think you're getting early, but no, you just paid. Again, like I'm telling you, same price. You barely moved. Somebody just paid $1 to be $3 out of the money. It's wild. Yeah, and then exactly, that's what's going to happen, because if you don't realize it, you're going to get a way shittier play for way more money, and then even if it goes up, you're like, how come I'm not making money? It's because you bought it when it was $3 higher. Yeah, it's vicious. All right. It's coming back down. Let's knock this reading out. Trump will be signing executive orders on coal today. Every stock pops so they could scam you real quick. That's all. You just don't get it. You don't need to get it. Don't juggle knives. Just protect yourself. Be aware of what's happening. And then, yeah, you don't need to answer all the time. No, for real, though. I mean that genuinely. I don't say that as like a bad thing. Like, again, like every day there's going to be answers that you'll get and then some you won't. And I wouldn't rack your brain trying to figure out stuff where a lot of people right now don't know anything. Again, this is massive volatility. Okay, VIX, I got fucking shook. That's what I hate about this. Do you guys not realize it? I be looking at plays go up and I thinking I missed out, but I didn't. It's so confusing. Bro, the bid is at 55. When I sold it, the bid was at 70. And it's the same. They're just widening the spreads. Bro, that's crazy. Okay, now it's back down. Look, that same contract. This is not normal, you guys. That same contract in 5 minutes just went 90 cents to 16. Do you see what I'm saying? That was a $20 contract. But if you're getting fooled on these little moves trying to be faster than me and you're not really understanding there's more than just speed, you just got wiped out 90% in 3 minutes. That's insane. That's way not typical. Do you get what I'm saying? Lose 90% on the whole day? Okay, that makes a little more sense, right? You buy in the morning, nothing happens. What do you mean you just lost 90% in 5 minutes? That's not, or 70%. That's insanity. Yeah, that's because they're getting you to willfully buy a way higher price that it was a 20-cent contract. It looked like a dollar contract for a little, but it wasn't. It looked like it was near the money, but it wasn't. And that's what I'm saying you got to kind of figure out. But yeah, very difficult. Put side probably made you jack shit. Let's take a look. Yeah, put side, you're back to break even or wherever it was when it started. So if you tried to like short the pop, right? You see what I'm saying? And you're like, yeah, it's about to dump into the new low. And you buy the put, they're just punching speculators in the face. And then you bought that put and you top ticket, boom, you were down 60%, 70%. And then now you're still down depending on where you bought it. So that's what I'm saying. There's not enough gains to even try to make money. And then if you're not being aware of the price you're buying, you can still lose 90%, even if you're right. So yeah, you got to watch out. That's what I'm saying. You need to do a lot of things right now. You need to get the news. You need to get it quickly. You need to interpret it. And you have to be able to monitor the price and make sure you're not getting scammed. And if that's too much for you, take a step back. Don't lose your money. That's it. This is just massive volatility. You see what I'm saying? Give it a couple days and then that's it. Well, that's why, too, sell puts as well. If you want to sell premium, this is a good opportunity to do that. All right. So, sex and property. The fashionable fallacy about the great powers that make the poetry of life. Woo! In the dull, dusty, stale, stiff-jointed, lumbering language to which most moderns' discussion is limited, it's necessary to say that there is a moment the same fashionable fallacy about sex and property. In the older, freer language in which men could both speak and sing, it's truer to say that the same evil spirit has blasted the two great powers that make the poetry of life, the love of women and the love of the land. It is important to observe, to start with, that the two things were closely connected so long as humanity was human, even when it was heathen. Nay, they were still closely connected, even when it was a decadent heathenism. But even the stink of decaying heathenism has not been so bad as to think of the stink of decaying Christianity, the corruption of the best. For instance, there were throughout antiquity, both in the first stage and the last stage, modes of idolatry, an imagery of which Christian men can hardly speak. Let them not be so much as named among you. See Ephesians. Men wallowed in the mere sexuality of a mythology of sex. They organized prostitution like a priesthood. For the service of their temples, they made pornography their only poetry. They paraded emblems that turned even architecture into a sort of cold, colossal exhibitionism. Many learned books have written of all these phallic cults, and anybody can go to them for details for all I care. But what interests me is this. Okay, you're about to hit a new low. Chips are dumping. Does it make sense to keep trading TLT? You shouldn't. Just leave it home. If you have confirmed that it's China and you know the answers to the most difficult question in the world right now, then your answer is made up. But we're done with that, man. Come on. I'm waiting for the drop here. I can't. Everything's moving more than the SPY. So my low ticker's tweaking out. It's 100% China. I think you guys are 100% wrong. Why? Because I think it's foolish to have that confidence right now. Nobody knows, man. Just humble yourselves, all of you, myself included. That was what I said yesterday. I'm waiting. All right. Here's what interests me. In only one way, the ancient sin was infinitely superior, immeasurably superior to the modern sin. All those who write of it at least agree on the fact that it was the cult of fruitfulness. It was unfortunately too interwoven very closely with the cult of fruitfulness of the land. It was at least on the side of nature. It was at least on the side of life. It has been left to last Christians, or rather the first Christians fully committed to blaspheming and denying Christianity, to invent a new kind of worship of sex, which is not even the worship of life. It has been left to the very latest modernists to proclaim a erotic religion which exalts lust and forbids fertility. The new paganism literally merits, all right, Canada will impose 25% tariffs on U.S. vehicles starting tomorrow. Didn't we already get that? All right, tariffs. Well, Canada's hitting back right now. I have something flashing red. They already said it, but I think it's coming into play now. But yeah, that's why I'm getting another one in red. They're flashing the tariffs apply to cars, SUVs, pickups, not compliant with CUSMA rules, including non-Canadian or non-Mexican content. These retaliatory measures will stay in place until U.S. removes its own. Yeah, I think we heard it. I remember that. I didn't. You guys started typing it when we first started. But now that's reiterating into the low. All right, man, you're plummeting. Oh, man. Yeah, those are old headlines, so I don't know if there's something else or there might be, I think, just the vibe of Canada striking back. Okay, SQQQ on the high. Again, those VIX, bro. All right, now I'm mad. Now the VIXs are 100% on the bid. That was it. All right, I left money on the table. Intel, make sure. I mean, shares is easy. That just go off the price. But if you are trying to buy any option, call or put, I strongly encourage you to be familiar with the pricing. All right, new low now. So get ready, 50.34. Remember that 50.37? You're there right now. Next level is 22. If that doesn't hold, that's it. 5,000 flat. And then you sold off 260 points today. So again, right now it's coming at, you're getting the, what's it called? It's old. It's right around here, but it's just Canada. I don't know if it's, I think it's more the market, more so the headline. They're selling because this is just bad. That's why I'm saying there's a lot of stuff right now. Make no mistake. Nobody is immune right now. This is what I'm trying to tell you. You guys don't think it's weird that we were green this whole entire year up until 48 hours ago? Ta-da! So that means now everybody could get the smoke. Nothing matters anymore. Because we went from outperforming, winning, there was clear-cut winners, and then all of a sudden, they just took out everybody's knees. So don't look for too many answers, long story short. So AKA, Vietnam isn't going to be a winner just because. You know, and some names will lose just because. There's just too much momentum and velocity. Do you get what I'm saying? That's all that has happened right now is we have destroyed sentiment. And that is causing all of these wild moves. Sometimes it'll be news related, sometimes it won't. This is what I mean by the market. I told you this in advance. The market is throwing a tantrum. How do you know that? Because you'll watch stuff that should move the market and it ignores it. And there you go. Just like what you're saying, you're like, wait, why is it ignoring this? Because it's in tantrum mode. Wait, why did this happen and it's not doing that? Tantrum mode. All of this is tantrum mixed in with a viable threat of extremely high tariffs. All right. So little bounce. So now, do you guys hear what he just said, though? Yeah, that's hitting the wire again, the tariffs. So now you're bouncing a little bit. So he was just talking about sex and property and how the early Christians and everybody and sex and property. But then he said it's funny how now they've turned sex into a religion that, where was it? Exalts lust and forbids fertility. It literally merits the reproach of Swinburne when mourning the old paganism and rears not bountiful token and spreads not fatherly feast. The new priests abolish the fatherhood and keep the feast to themselves. They are worse than the Swinburne pagans. The priests of Priapus and Cotiotio, the fertility deities, go into the kingdom of heaven before them. Now, it's not unnatural that this unnatural separation between sex and fruitfulness, which even the pagans would have thought a perversion, has been accompanied with the similar separation and perversion about the nature of the love of the land. Ooh. In both departments, there is precisely the same fallacy, which is quite possibly, to state precisely, the reason why our contemporary countrymen do not understand what we mean by property is that they only think of it in the sense of money, in the sense of salary, in the sense of something which is immediately consumed, enjoyed, and expended, something which gives momentary pleasure and disappears. They do not understand that what we mean by property, something that includes that pleasure incidentally, but begins and ends with something more grand, more worthy, and more creative. The man who makes an orchard where there had been a field, who owns the orchard and decides to whom it shall descend, also enjoys the taste of the apples, and let us hope, also the taste of cider. But he's doing something much more grander and ultimately much more gratifying than merely eating an apple. He is imposing his will upon the world in the manner of the charter given him to him by the will of God. He is asserting that his soul is his own and does not belong to the orchard survey department or the chief trust of apples trade. But he's also doing something which was implicit in the most ancient religions of the earth. In those great panoramas of paganry, the ritual followed that the order of the seasons in China or Babylon, he is worshiping the fruitfulness of the world. Now, the notion of narrowing property, merely enjoying money, is exactly the notion of loving for merely to just enjoy sex. In both cases, as incidental, isolated, and servile, and even secretive pleasure is substituted for the participation in a great creative process, even in the everlasting creation of the world. Okay, you're still moving up. Are you getting it? He's saying we turned sex into this thing that didn't really even care about fruitfulness in babies. Right? You have lust without fruitfulness. But do you see what he's saying? He's saying we had the same people do the same thing to property and land. I say land, you just think money. You just think it has to do with money, income, and money. That's it. He's saying no. That's like saying all you get out of sex is enjoyment. Although that may be true, that's not all of it. Sex, you could make a brand new human. What? Again, property is a creative process. You're going and extracting your will on the world. You could bring something out of it because you chose to do that. The idea of property is that it can lead to fruitfulness, just like sex. But if you only viewed sex without fruitfulness, that's weird. If you only viewed property without fruitfulness, that's weird. Oh, yeah. Are you getting it? That's pretty crazy. The two sinister things that can be seen side by side in the system of Bolshevist Russia for communists is the only complete and logical working model of capitalism. The sins are there is a system which are everywhere else a sort of repeated blunder. From the first, it's admitted that the whole system was directed towards encouraging or driving workers to spend his wages, to have nothing left on the next payday, to enjoy everything and consume everything and efface everything, in short, to shudder at the thought of only one crime, the creative crime of thrift. It was a tame extravagance, a sort of disciplined dissipation, a meek and submissive prodigality. For the moment the slave left off drinking all of his wages, the moment he began to hoard or hide any property, he would be saving up something which might ultimately purchase his liberty. he might begin to count for something in the state. That is, he might become less of a slave and more of a citizen. Morally considered, there has been nothing quite so unspeakably mean as this Bolshevik generosity. But it will be noted that exactly the same spirit and tone pervades the manner of dealing with other matters. Sex also is to come to the slave merely as pleasure, that it may never be a power. He is to know it as little as possible, or at least think of it as little as possible, of the pleasure as anything else except the pleasure, to think of knowing of where it comes from or where it will go to when once the soiled object has passed through his own hands. He is not to trouble about its origin in the purpose of God or its sequel in the posterity of man. In every department he is not a possessor, but only a consumer, even if it be one of the first elements of life and fire so far as they are consumable. He is to have no notion of the sort of burning bush that burns and is not consumed, for that bush only grows on the soil, only the real land where human beings can behold it, and the spot on which they stand is holy ground. Thus, there's an exact parallel between the two modern moral and immoral ideas of social reform. The world has forgotten simultaneously that the making of a farm is something much larger than the making of a profit, or even a product, in the sense of liking the taste of beetroot sugar, and that founding family is something much larger than sex is limited in the current sense of literature, which anticipated one blink and blinding flash in a single line of George Meredith, and eat our pot of honey on the grave. Ta-da! The point is, my friends, there's more to your property than you think. Every time you make this goal of property, it's not just for profit, it's for family. It's to get out of any sort of wage slavery. What do you mean we will only consume property and products? No, we will have our own. We will have our own land, and we will be able to create whatever we want. What do you mean just have sex and don't ever create anything? No, you're not here to just consume. You're here to create, brother. So, Chad, I'll leave you with that because the UVXY is hitting a high and we're either about to bottom out or flush, but take that one to the bank. There's more to property than you think. That is your philosophy, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you guys are subscribed. We're live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before open. Drop your thumbs up on that video. You're on mobile, press hot chat, X out the chat, hit the thumbs up button. Second link for the nightly watch list in my channel. First link for the Screamalites boot camp and real estate. Denver Nuggets fire Michael Malone, head coach, for anybody interested. All right, let me get Uncle, and then, yeah, we'll free Gen Pop. We only got 5 minutes till Power Hour. That's actually crazy, yeah. You guys are tripping on Michael Malone. Okay. Let's see. What song? I don't know what song we listened to. You know what song I actually really like? I'll play that after this one. We'll run this one, and then we'll play the other one.
Some people don't even have dreams. You know what I'm saying? But if you blessed enough to have a dream, chase it, bro.
Nah, you'll see. I played it the other day. It's a good one. All right, baby. Game time. Okay, I'm freeing Gen Pop, and then I'm going to go pee. And then, yeah, that's it. Lock in. I mean, you should have either the plays. Already took my free ones, but then... yeah, those Apple puts I'm waiting on, but they're still up. I want more.
I had a drink like Martin, then I heard a couple stories. Never met my heroes, never had one. Never wanted things I never had, son. I got it, then I grabbed them. Looking back, these bitches out, these sad them. Good more, don't ignore your sword for the war. Armor's no good if you leave that shit at home. I don't care if that match up with the drum. I ain't young, I ain't care about looking dumb. Out my way, we could talk when I'm done. Does it look like I'm finished? Even if I was, dog, I do my own dishes. Why the fuck you in my business? I ain't tryna be a menace. Need a couple minutes, but you're talking in your bitch and just show me that you don't get it. Look, now I wasted your time trying to reprimand, explain the basic shit so you could understand. I ain't being mean the way I teach. The big leagues ain't throwing underhand. I'm not the bad guy, I'm the best coach that you ever had. Something like LaMelo's dad. Mama was an immigrant, $5 an hour working with Brillo pads. We got some things we shouldn't have, so I could feel down, but I don't ever think I'm really sad. Life a miracle, but I won't give you one. But I could teach you shit, and you'll walk away with dividends. Wish you'll buy more, and then you'll wish you did it young. You missed the first harvest, but tell me about the second one. Trying to build while looking at the clouds. I'm looking at my hand, then I'm looking at the ground. Peter walked on water, but fell. When he looked around, I heard that story all my life. I think I start to get it now. Slow in the fast lane, answers in my last name. They really didn't listen, that's a damn shame. But that don't mean my plans changed. Maybe just the landscape did what I said without a handshake. 3,004 an ounce, that sound like a fair rate. Word is gold, they only kept theirs too late. So I'm on with your new face. A snake can move a few ways. And life a bitch that lie about how the fruit tastes.
All right, you're going lower? Wait, where's the other one?
Welcome back.
Yeah, this is the one. I like this one. All right, man. Into the low again. VIX has already gone up. Those VIX from yesterday's are up a lot now. Already sold out.
Call, baby. Yeah, Boston Chris, they said a crash. I kept the band, so Lambo cash. I kept it cool, was moving fast. I came with nothing left with the bag. You should do the math. I ain't pulling back. I'm pulling up, you pulling that. I double down, then double day. I changed the plan, I'm fuck with that. Nah, this should be your motivation. Balance, growth, and values. I ain't talking about it. Stop rotation. Price of going up, but that ego also got inflation. Told you it was tough, but it's different when you finally face it. Take it, fuck complacent, get your patience. If it reset what you making, cause it hasn't taken place. When it does, you can't replay it. So I hope them words you saying don't come back to harm you later. This a vicious game we playing, but we in it though. Put me in the dictionary and that's the fucking getting it, bro. Please don't get it twisted, that's the man who leaving when we's broke. I just kept it simple, nothing special, just the shit we sown. Tell me why you bitching, everybody giving 24. So use it wisely, it's surprising how much time they waste despising. That could really tilt the balance or could kill you at the margins. Beg your pardon, I ain't never beg, I planned it and I got it. Long time Luka Doncic with the options, I'm Giannis. Feel like Jokic with the passes, I'm a holder, you a talker. Getting older and I'm wiser, I can run it like Elijah. You can't tell me that I heat it if you've never been through fire. Whoa, I'm the favorite to the yes before a favorite. You got motive, not no motivation. Stop with thought of faking, thought I told you. When I'm finished, then you gonna hear me say it. They can't do it how I done it, they still tryna make the payments. So fuck it up, yeah, that's the plan. I ain't watching them, I watch the end. I show the top, then buy again. Some love the top, some play to win. I love the work, they love to spend. They love the rest, love folding hands. They love the clap, they need the friends. I ain't need the shit. Been with nothing, I ain't fearing it. You ain't need the love when you in love with it. Made $1 million bucks, I gave all of it. Y'all play the kid, I ain't faking shit. I'm claiming shit, I caught that. I made the grip. It fall off, but I can slip if I stop now. Still leaving rich.
Amen. I was eating a snack. I didn't want to unmute it yet. All right, man. That's it. VIX on the high. Bro, not only is the VIX at 50, it was down 20% today. So like I told you, if it hit that point, VIX was going to go green. That's all we cared about, but I can't believe it did that. So, yeah. And if you held that SPY daily, I think it's still down a little bit. But I took out at 100%. I'm mad. I sold my VIX. Oh, it's $1 on the bid now. No. I walked away with 50%, and I was like, no way. And then it lagged, and then it didn't go. Like here, that play was still the same price, and then now it's doubled. So, got to be careful. Heroes and Cribs Religiously is a good song. 741 on the yuan. Yeah, that's big. I was trying to show it earlier, but if you even go look at the yuan, you'll notice it's like kind of getting pinned there. I don't know what they're going to do. That's why everybody keeps asking me, but like legitimately, I have zero idea. Because now China They either have to fuck with the currency or not. That's it. So we'll find out. We will find out, but you're getting a little bit of a pop, still going lower. VIX moved a lot lower on that. You're down 1%. Do you understand? The NASDAQ has moved 5% top to bottom today, 4.8. That's insanity. So, yeah. And then currencies, euro, all those went green. The yen stopped moving. Canada's getting clobbered. Where's Bitcoin? Bitcoin's only down 1, but again, Bitcoin was at 80,000. Bitcoin's actually pretty stable comparatively. Like, you have more equity volatility, I think, than not. Well, that's what I'm saying. You're bouncing. Everybody focused on the little stuff. This is where I think you guys have to really pay attention to the last 24 hours because that was terrifying. Do you not realize what happened? Yesterday, you had the bad China news here. That's why I said on the watch list, I was like, technically things got worse. But then everybody focused on the good stuff this morning. And then all of a sudden, once we realized the same bad news from yesterday, we just came right back down. That's it. Do you not realize that the same development of today is all from yesterday? That's it. That's all it was. No, the auction killed the bonds, but the market was dumping ahead of that. Like, I guess. No, yeah, bonds are right here. So bond auction, you were already down. But it was the China news, that Apple thing, the Caroline Levitt comment freaked everybody out. But yeah, that's where it's like, do you not see what I mean by quote unquote scary? This is because the hard part is that means you could get a clear piece of info and then the next day you could rally 4% on bad news and then the end of the day you'll be down 1%. Mix that in now with your scammy option chain. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's what makes this even more challenging. I hope you guys understand that because that's literally what you just went through in the last 24 hours. So yeah, 50.22 now. Remember, that's the level. So next level is 5,000 and then we go back to the 4,900s. I can't believe this. I should have held the VIX. I am just a bit. Oh, sorry. But yeah, I got a lot of the apples. But those are only moving 30, 40. They won't go above that. No, you're just back. I mean, if this doesn't hold, we're going to get relegated to like 5,000 to 4,900. Otherwise, if this holds, you pretty much go back to 5,100. But again, why are you bad today? It's China. Where again, it's the same news as yesterday. But that's the thing. If enough people ignore it, you'll rally. But then if enough people get scared, you'll give it back up. So, yeah, welcome to peak volatility, boys. That's crazy. It's everything. This just keeps happening, though. That's why it's just like you got to kind of follow the events, and that's why I'm trying to tell you, if you keep looking for the price, and you're like, why is this? Oh, this has to be this. Oh, I know what's happening. I'm like, come on, man. But because a lot of things, this is peak volatility. Yeah, Bitcoin's not that much, but remember, last time it did that, it had a way bigger day. Bro, we should have held that even Tesla play. Ugh. Why sell bond? None of it makes sense. None of it's going to make sense in the short run. Do you see what I'm saying? So right now we got to follow the macro. Wait till we actually get plan and policy, and that's why I was telling you. You either follow again down 10 points, going to 5,000. Man, oh, I'm about to throw up. We should have held that one. Actually, all right, not too bad. The other SPY plays, though, they doubled up again. I think. Oh, no, they went down. All right, never mind. I'm not mad. I'm just mad at the UVXY. No, the yield curve is uninverted. That's the irony. The yield curve uninverted after the first rate cut. That's why I told you. I honestly think that's why you see how hard they're waiting to cut rates? If they cut rates, we're in a recession, I would say. Even if Powell has to do it. Why do I say that? Because that will be your second rate cut of this cycle, not your first. Believe it or not. All right, I can't believe 500's hit. Crazy, but they're still down from yesterday. So are you ready? If you bought a 500 put yesterday, right? We rallied about what? It was like 0.1 on the SPY. But if you bought a 500 put yesterday and now the SPY is down 1%, you lost half of your money pretty much. IBM expects many businesses to buy hardware upgrades. That's bullish. They're like, we're going to sell more. That's good. I like the optimism. I think we've been in full panic mode already. I don't know why you haven't been. So ever since we've been going down 5% a day, that kind of triggered it. That's why I keep telling everybody I'd be humble right now and understand premiums are crazy, and I'm surprised that things are this bad, but you have nothing. Some assets are not moving. But that's it, bro. 5,000. I can't believe it. So here's the level. We either go 49.87, 49.16, or you hold this and then 5,100, but I don't think that's going to happen, bro. Dog. So now, if you didn't like the market ahead of time, how do you like it now? You're going to hate this now. Do you see what this is? I say this every time if you've ever watched me. This is bad volatility. Because if people already didn't want to buy stocks because of what was going on. You see what I'm saying? But now you gapped up 4% and now you're negative all in the same day. Just like bonds did yesterday. So all of this stuff, this is just chipping away at sentiment even more, believe it or not. But yeah, that's why I said you either have a plan or you wait till a pivot. This is too big. That's it. Again, people are just getting clobbered. Even the plays on the short run. I mean, and also too, like I was telling you, you guys could go dollar for dollar all you want. You guys kept telling me futures, but now do you see the problem? I would be throwing up if I had a 5% future intraday trying to buy one of these dumbass dips, and then all of a sudden the floor just falls out. Or then you short it, then all of a sudden you're up 5%. But then you can't even make money on the options on all of them because now it's getting all tightened up. All righty. Damn, son. Yep, new high on the VIX. Those plays all, bro, I'm going to throw up now. Now they tripled. I sold out at 50%, and I took it because those plays shouldn't have been green. Because I was like, damn, if they're going to give me a gain, I'm going to take it. And then we drop another 15 points, and now that play is tripled on the bid. On the damn fucking bid. Ugh. But those apples are running for me. That one's a good one. Oh, my Bobos. Oh, they're just raising the spread. Dude, Boeing. I already have puts on that, but let's double check. Oh, they won't. Man, we should have bought the dip. See, if you bought the dip, you would have made thousands of % on the puts. Oh, there's one of them. Won't fail. Okay, I found one. It's not going to last, but... Might be. I just think you are living in a very high level of uncertainty. I think you guys got to figure that out, figure it out ASAP, and realize everybody else is going through that. So don't be fooled by fake confidence, and you should caution yourself before making up your mind. And that's what I've been saying here, because we're just in real volatility. You get what I'm saying? Like right now, this isn't normal. You're going up 4, down 5, down 3, up 7, down 9, back up. Bonds are doing only 3 times in history they've ever moved like this, you know? So that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. It's like we're going to be, the uncertainty is high. Market has already breached levels. All you got to do now, let's wait till, again, you either have a specific price plan and execute on that for your long term, or we wait till there's a broader pivot, the next set of details, trade, all of that. Otherwise, it's going to kind of be like this, and then I will call out the premium so that you can be cautious so you don't get fucked over. Because you could have hit every put play on the bad news today, but if you tried to scalp it, you lost. You get what I'm saying? So that's what you got to watch out for. But yeah, now all the trash out of the money plays are there. Nah, Trump ain't gonna even say anything today. He's gonna sign the other one, but it's not the one that matters. Bro, what do we do? Those apples, you either make them free or you ride tomorrow and you wake up to Christmas. I don't know. That's the dilemma. Oh my gosh, it's still going, bro. You're pretty much breaching every single level now. 49.82. Bro, we're about to go lower than yesterday. What the fuck? No. No. Yeah, bro. That's crazy. You're going to break the rumor low. It's still 3 points, but that's it. And if you have any of those other SPY, that shitty one is actually working. Ay, ay, ay. All right. See, that's it. Now the shitty plays that were all down have all just gone massively insane. That's your only regret. And then if you bought too many calls today, that's it. I'm just mad I didn't average on the other ones. I still like them TLTs, bro. That's all I'm saying. I still like them damn TLTs when it's all said and done. Because now y'all asking all these damn questions. TLT's more stabler than the market, damn it. Yeah, so that's what I was, and that's not normal either. Like I'm saying. If you're gonna play both ways, just be very mindful on premium price. That's it, bro. This is capitulating now at this point. Nah, bro, you're going below yesterday's intraday level. This is getting bad. I think that caught too many people off guard. This is too big. Bro, that's it. And then TLT is not moving. Oh my gosh. Yeah, yesterday's watch list, I literally told you things got worse. Everybody just reacted to the positive, and then this is fucking ridiculous. Okay. Wait, did those fill? Those didn't fill. I'm holding that shit. Fuck that. I was trying to make that shit free. Okay, they didn't film me. No, I'm holding all those. Fuck these guys. I like the play, though. That's so ridiculous, though. They just showed my bid. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, that's it, bro. This is terrible. I make up your mind. Remember I told you all those plays for both sides? And like I was telling you, remember, bro, we were 100 points higher. I was telling you to think about tomorrow. So that's all I'm fine. You either now can make any of those plays free or you decide to hold them. I would make that decision right now. And then you still got one little window left. Honestly, TLT, we actually have a couple windows, but those plays are only down 15%. So you're paying more money for TLT, whether you realize it or not. Those options went down, but you just sold off 1%, and they're 10% lower than fucking here. It was up $1. So, yeah. You make that decision now, though. I would do that if I were you. You either decide to hold, because, again, the premiums are really high right now. You could take all that money and then try to reposition, or you just ride it, because even if it bounces and comes down, this is all about the China move tomorrow, man. We've been saying that for a fucking long time now. It's just stupid. We have to deal with the 4%. Oh, that VIX! Watchlist. Yeah, but again, you can make a lot of plays free. Again, even that Boeing, if you got it at that price I called on the stream alert, they're up. And then we have the old ones too. Holy shit. Bro, I even those puts I called out. Remember those shitty puts, bro? Anything hit, bro. I'm shocked. Apple puts hit, everything. They shouldn't have. And then I took the plays that shouldn't have hit, and then they fucking quadruple. Crazy. We might have to go live. China might hit us tonight. So, but that's it. But like I was telling you, though, I want you to understand the logic. TSN's up 50. But I want you to understand the logic here. I was telling you this from the watch list. We were saying China. And then, again, you don't remember this morning? I'm telling you the yuan in China. And then it hits, but now it's just like, bro, you just got to be thinking about tomorrow after the next day, if that makes sense. So now you should be thinking about tomorrow. Here we were thinking about tomorrow, but now we're going to go from there. But that's wild. Well, yeah, you can make any play free, so make up your mind if you would like to do that. That isn't a bad idea. Because, like I'm saying, this will kill some of the move, but then wherever you go, that's it. Axios article. I remember reading one. Memo halts U.S. agriculture. I didn't see I saw earlier leaked, not leaked, but remember I've been talking all day about China rumor. So that might be new, but I can't verify. But I can verify that since wee hours of the morning today, people were talking about a rumor response from China. When an agriculture, remember I told you they may back away from fentanyl? All of it. This sucks, though. This is now, like I told you, you have to be able to monitor the news, monitor the price, and still react quickly. And it's still going to be very, extremely difficult. Like I'm telling you, you have to realize the China news yesterday. 8 hours later, you gapped up on bad news. Then all the premiums are broken. You still have to be able to follow through with that. And then you have to even wait 6 hours before that finally hits the profit zone. Very difficult. Not to mention you just went from down 9 or down 5 to up 4 to back down, then to gap up 4 and then back down to 1.5, 2 on the NASDAQ. So, yeah. You get one more of these, Powell. I don't know. They could keep saying whatever they want, but we'll see. Now, there's good news, but the market is still in tantrum mode. That's it. Just let me put it another way. You can't trust the market right now for a little bit. That's all. The market is a lying piece of shit. That's so if you are looking for price to tell you something, oh, brother, it's gonna lie to you. It might be right eventually at one of these moments, but it's throwing a tantrum. Do you see what I'm saying? The market's getting info, good or bad, it's doing whatever it wants. So that's why I'm saying if you're looking for that to give you a signal, it's not going to work. That's why I was up 4% today. Well, watch those SPY premiums. No, the market doesn't, I don't know. The market is trying to they want Trump to cave. Because whoever is on the bonds, I could tell, Larry Fink and the other guy, they want Trump to cave. They don't want Powell to cave. That's what they're trying to signal through the bond market. They want the bond market to say, look, we want Trump to cave, not Powell. But what I'm telling you is that if you cause enough damage, it doesn't matter. It does. You get what I'm saying? And unfortunately, you guys can fight all you want, but again, if it causes too much damage, it doesn't really matter. Boeing 787 radio software patch doesn't work, says Qatar. Oh, what the fuck is this? Trump tariff hike? What's the source on this? I don't know what this is. And OPEC adds pressure. WTI selling. I think it's just an update. Bearish bets surge as China eyes alternate oil suppliers, while Goldman warned crude output may have peaked. So that's another one. Yeah, so they're saying weaker energy demand because of China. Oh, I need to close this. I left my window open. You want to add? Well, listen, you add if you have a plan and you have a lot of cash. I'm not going to lie. I want to buy. I can't believe I haven't bought already. I just remembered what it felt like in 2022. That's all. You don't remember I told you guys this a couple months ago or a couple weeks ago. Do you remember when I told you I was like, I remember buying the dip early in 2022 and then I had to wait with no cash? So I have a couple names I want. But then if the names I'm not planning for, if they just get fucking Achilles taken out, I'm buying them. But, yeah, other than that, though, I'm not afraid of any of this. I don't think you should be either. Could there be long-term impacts? There really can be. I've been telling you for the last couple of days, this is a bomb. But, yeah, I think you need to know what you're buying, though, from options to your long-term. And if you kind of have an idea of what you want and you have certain names then you're going to be able to I think it's a good time to nibble, especially if you have a lot of cash. If you don't have a lot of cash, you're in cash building right now, and then you wait for a good name. 53 at Nike, man, I like that one. That's why I said 52, 53 Nike is one of the ones I wanted. But yeah, like I said, at this point, it's either you have a specific price, or you wait till Powell or Trump pivots, because this is getting crazy. That's what I'm telling you, bro. Go look at your long term. Never have you seen a stick down like that, even in COVID. It took a while, and then it was COVID, but then within a week, you had rate cuts. You see what I'm saying? You don't. If it gets worse from here, somebody has to pivot or something breaks. So we'll find out. Trump told Republicans he's open to raising taxes on highest earners. Yeah, Fed futures are pricing in a cut in May. But yesterday they were pricing a 50% chance of a emergency cut. It was 50-50 yesterday morning. And then after that little weird move on bonds, that went out the window. And then they priced out a full rate cut. I just think it's fuckery and volatility. But like I'm saying, if we continue to exponentially decline at this rate, either somebody has to pivot or something is going to break. That's it. I don't think it's that complicated. Do I think there's a lot of policy and countries and all that? Yeah. But what's simple is that you keep giving me 5% sell-off a day, and that's it. It's either the market, somebody has to panic and pivot, or the market is going to crack. It's too much. Bond, again, I'm like, other credit is going to move down. Other companies, other people, you're going to fuck around and just mess with sentiment too much. So, yeah, that's where I keep saying at this point, we got it. I think there's a bomb in the building, and I would be looking at that until we figure it out. Or just get to safety, or be safe in the safest manner. I mean, yesterday showed us it could go away in a second, but if it doesn't, we're going to have a lot of problems, or it's going to be like this. But I don't know how long this could last before it why is that so loud? Motherfucker. I can't escape this lawnmower. A bomb? Yeah, but I mean, I said that on the watch list 72 hours ago. I said it on Thursday. That's when I said the bomb analogy. So, motherfucker, the shrapnel is everywhere now. So, if you haven't figured that out by yet, I'm surprised. But, yeah, yes. I still think there might be more. I don't know. But at the end of the day, I mean, you are down a lot since that moment. But it's just like, again, if the rates stay this high, not interest rates, but the tariff rates, and it doesn't change, that's fundamentally shifts trade. But if it goes lower, we're fine. But then until then now, if the market is going down 5% a day doing these things, the market could run out before of road before anybody else at this rate. Should we invest in companies that don't have a selling product like AI or software? It all depends. I think everything is a la carte. It's a company by company basis, right? Like some industries will be cyclical, some won't be, but then you got to go and look at what you are buying. So it's hard to say that generally. I don't think I could give it a blanket, yeah, buy this, buy that. But I think some companies are going to be winners and losers, but now I think it's a little too early to determine that, sadly. That's because we don't even know the answers to why we're going down or up yet. So, unfortunately, we need more clarity before you could find the winner and loser. For now, we have some ideas, but it's still not, we're not out of the clear yet. Bro, Intel at $18, like that looks great now too. Beautiful. But like I'm saying, we could get everything at a cheaper price now, finally. Like, you guys don't remember the 2 months before this asking me every day if we should buy this stock or that? And then remember I was telling you, I was like, ironically, we dropped a lot, but I was like, everything's still expensive. You remember that? So now we're finally at least it makes sense now when people are like, it's so cheap. At least you could look around and see lower prices. But you guys were telling me that a month ago, and I was like, I don't know, man. A couple of names went down, but I don't think it's like everything's cheaper. So, yeah, that's now, I think we're a lot different in that sense from a month ago. So that way it's like you can nibble and you could find some good ones. I think we're going to get Trump any second now. You only have 30 more minutes and you're into the lows. Bro, MSTR getting clapped. Even the long term, I know. I think I probably gave you a jump on everything, at least ahead of time. I even told you on that Thursday, I said just quit now. I said you'll get a better price if you quit now than fake like you're really about that life and then try to quit later. Ask anybody who's ever faked it. So just keep it real, know your plan, know what you could afford, what you could handle, and you'll be fine, man. And know what you're in for and prepare accordingly, and you'll be good. But at the same time, just even then, when we were riding high on the long term, I was telling y'all, buy a house if you want to sell it. Otherwise, and then, again, don't buy anything that's high. I could only imagine buying NVIDIA. That's, y'all asking, imagine you guys were asking me to buy AMD at the lows. What if you bought NVIDIA at February 14th thinking that was a discount? You're down 40% more. And the stock is still up 5,000% or something. You see what I'm saying? So as long as you, again, like other names like Whirlpool went down, but I think we're down like now 10% from where we bought. That's better than buying it at 130. You're down half. Remember I was telling you, don't buy the names we're up on because of this. This is exactly what happened last time. And we saw people get damaged. That's why I told you to not do that again. So now you wait till you get cheaper prices. If it's lower, you should be in Snag City or at least know what you are going to do. Starbucks. I don't know why they are up. All right. Premiums are coming back. Like I told you, that first low, though, premiums were worth way more. You could have got way more on those apples or anything. And then we came back up, and now, like I'm saying, 30 minutes left. Hear me now. Think about tomorrow. That is your play. Is tomorrow's reaction going to be worse or better? Position those plays so that you can play it off of the gap, and then that's it. You don't have to overthink it. But you should be thinking about tomorrow. Tomorrow is what, Wednesday? I think you get consumer small business, or is that this morning? You get Fed minutes tomorrow. Sell the news, buy the event? This motherfucker. What's going to happen tomorrow morning? They say, buy the rumor, sell the news. You're going to get the news in the morning. Oh, my goodness. All right, 480. I can't believe that, dude. Or 494, but those 480s would have fucking hit. Ugh. I'm going to vomit. 4958. Bro, you're down 2%. You have moved 6% today. Mother effer. You got your circuit breaker. Just without getting your circuit breaker. Holy crap. Bro, you low-key just moved 7% top to bottom. You can't use the liquidation argument now because gold's up and the bonds aren't as bad. So do you see why I'm telling y'all? Be careful. Nobody knows right now. This is just, that's it. Just wait for policy. Wait for everybody right now is reeling on China's reaction. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. That's it. That's all. If China's better or worse than feared, do you get a TikTok deal? Who knows? And then that's it. What do the Fed minutes say? But it just really depends on, again, the game of chicken, who's going to back down, Powell, the market, or the Fed, or Trump. But yeah, that's it now. You're back into yesterday's low. This is where you opened yesterday down about 3 after the futures gap down 5. And then if you get here, that's the real low intraday before the fake rumor hit. But that's it. You're giving up all of the rumor gains of yesterday. Remember, this is that rumor there. It's all gone now. So all of that extra hangover has been wiped. Blech. It's vomiting, bro. Yeah, all the plays. The apples came back up 60, 70. I don't think straddling TLT is a bad idea. No. Just right now, the puts are going to be way more expensive because the last 2 days. Just keep that in mind. MSTR, baby. That's first trade of the year. Oh, let's go. Amen. Harder. Well, thank you, my friends. Yeah, you're coming down to the low. Watch oil. Part of that China rumor has to do with oil. So be on the lookout for that. Those TSNs are almost, they're 100% on the ask. Yeah, that's the other one. I think nobody said anything about that. Everyone keeps, again, I told you guys the reason, but please, again, don't bother me with that. Whether it wins or loses, I don't care. Just stop bothering me. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I've just been playing on China, potential China reactions. I have puts, calls. I have everything. That's it. I've just been, I didn't really do much today. I just bought a lot of Apple. I added to my Boeing. We got some SPY plays. I have an Apple call too. That one was winning and I'm going to lose, but yeah, and that's it. I'm chilling, bro. I didn't really today was too weird. I couldn't find the opportunity, and then I took profits too early on everything once again. But then I got really good plays for tomorrow that are up, but this time I think I'm going to hold them. But then again, maybe the one time I hold them, it doesn't hit. Because I usually sell way too fucking early, but I'm holding these. I'm holding those fucking apples. Let's see. We touched on a couple China rumors all day. I mean, can I get a witness? I'm pretty sure I was talking about, I think I said this is all China at 11 a.m. Eastern. Can I get a witness? Does anybody recall that? Because I don't want to be the one bragging about it or saying it, but I think you guys should be the witness for that. But I'm pretty sure that's what went down. I'm pretty sure let me see, this is to refresh the memory. Because I think I showed you this chart, and I was like, yo, why is this moving? And I was telling you, I was like, all right, yesterday we had it, but yeah. So we talked about a lot today. That's why I'm like, we're 6% lower now. So what are we talking about? At this point, it just all the plays already hit. That's why I gave a play during PHILO, but I said I don't want to be like babysitting about it. But there's some ideas. So just it's all China, bro. Even if you watch yesterday's watch list, that's still up to date because of how this played out. Blech. That's disgusting, bro. Bro, I want to hold it, but I'm so tempted to make it free. Attorney General Gomez, Panama opens investigation into potential damages from C.K. Hutchinson port contract. Uh-oh, that's not good either. No, I have an idea, but I really want to hold those apples and I really want to take it. Bro, no, today was bad. You guys don't realize how many, do you realize how many opportunities you had to lose money today? So I don't know how we didn't, but I mean, I have shit that's decayed, but we avoided a lot of easy bullets, but at the end of the day, that was bad, bro. That was really bad. 6% intraday on the Nazi. All off of the same shit from yesterday. Yeah, and you got that Panama news, so see, but you should finalize tomorrow, because I'm still thinking about it. I'm pretty sure I know what I'm gonna do, but like I said, it's tempting. And then the TSNs now are getting really high on the bid. Is the same news from yesterday. Pretty much Caroline Levitt confirmed that tariffs were going up 50% more on China. And then, yeah, that was it. And then right when she confirmed that, we gave up everything. Long story short, it took some time, but that's all it was. That's why it's so mind-blowing, because it was such a big move, and it was literally what we had yesterday. So that's why, hypothetically, unless China comes out with really good news today, before tomorrow morning, they're going to have 100% tariff tomorrow. Right, 4-8. What time is it? Oh, shit, we only got 15 minutes. All right. You could have above 100% tariff. That's not the issue. You know what I'm saying? The issue is the response. You could go to 1,000% tariff. That's so don't. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I don't want to remind them, but yeah. No, that's not the. Okay, look, man, you're flushing. Dude, the next level down is like, I don't even want to tell you. It's literally these lines, bro. It's 4,800 flat. Technically 4,835. But yeah, bro, it just gets this shouldn't happen. Not in 3 days, and then not after being up 4%. Again, I think something is the pressure got ratcheted, bro, whether you realize it or not. So Powell or Trump, one of y'all got to do something. And then now you have potential China tomorrow morning, or whatever happens with that. Okay, they're dropping some plays now. I'm looking. I'm waiting for my last one. I'm not doing a 24-hour stream. Fuck that. I'm going to the gym. I'm going to have a good-ass day. I already had a good-ass day. I sold some shit too early, but, I go look at them stream alerts. You got some. I'm down, bro. I'm down. If in a weird way, if next time we get big news like that, even if it's scammy, we could follow that one through. Because if you held any of the shitty plays, they all hit. So, and then even if you took the near the monies, they would have hit too. I'm making my decision. I'm not selling the Apple. I'm just taking another play. So I'm just gonna fucking finesse. We'll do Josh finesse, God willing. If we could do it. Those TSNs though, that's running too. Give me them Boeings, bro. They scam me on one set of those, but the other Boeings are good now too. Bro, the VIX. All right. Apple. Where's Nike? Nike's at 52. UPS at 90. Whoa. Yeah, bro, look at that. Bro, UPS is straight vertical down. I already think somebody blew up. I think someone's about to get wrecked even more. Let me put it this way. Nobody knows what the bonds are going to do. But if something major happens, whoever's on the opposite side is blowing up. That's it. That's all that I could tell you at this point right now. I hope you understand that, because and it makes sense with what I've been telling you, because that means TLT is either going to get squeezed up or down, and I'm sure someone's going to get rocketed off of that. Could be the government, but I think there's way bigger actors on a private level. All right, still going lower. Those other Boeings. Ooh. Okay, they doubled on the bid. That's it. VIX 57. That's crazy. It's good, though, because bonds now are way more stable than today. But, yeah, just go look at the yen. I think that tells you some more of the story. Okay, 10-minute rigged. Get ready, 489. Oh, shit, you're right. You have banks. Not going to lie to you, I forgot about that. You have literally bank earnings coming up. Ay, ay, ay. Well, there it is. Apple stopped moving. A couple of other names. I'm looking at another set. Those aren't going to work. And then is gold still up? I forgot. Gold was up earlier, yeah. It liquidated a little bit after the bond auction, but nah, gold is at least up today. So again, a lot of those narratives they don't play the same today. All right, hold on. Oh. Yeah, bro. All the computer puts just fucking... Every put just magically climbed up for no reason at all. That's the part. So there's a couple of good plays you could snag, but yeah, watch out. Then you're getting a vertical green. These are terrible. Okay, sorry. I'm shopping. Plunge protection team. I mean, just get ready, man. The market isn't going to mean much. What's going to mean much is the policy. Stay on current path or pivot, and then what's the next step? And then what's China going to do tomorrow? So China, if their reaction is, remember, if China reacts soft, we'll rip. That's what happens every time. If they hit us back, but it's not that bad, we rip. But if they like start hitting us, then we're clapped. I hate these plays. All right. Finalize your moves. Intel below 18. Dude, what? A 17 handle? All right. Bro, it was at 27 a month ago. Yeah, I like that a lot. Oh, but everything is cheap. Everything's cheap. Dude, UPS, I really like. Oh, shit. My bad. I meant to type it in. And then Pfizer. All right, final 5, but get ready. I would wrap up your plays. I think I'm done for the day. We didn't do much, man, but I think we came out good. I'm glad that wasn't as disastrous as it was for some, but yeah, man, bring it home. You wrap up your plays now, and then that's it, bro. You think about tomorrow, and then that's all we need. Because this is it. Whatever China does will probably be the driver. If they hit us soft, we'll go up a lot. If they hit us hard, then you're going to do your little gap, and then we wait, and then premiums, and then, yeah. I would get you could buy some for the long term now, or you wait till tomorrow, but yeah, I'd get your names out that you want to buy. See, some of them we need a little bit more. Ooh, NVO's about to have a 5 handle. Habibi. I do like SMG, but didn't they alter their dividend? Nike's a 3%er. K-Web green shoot. Well, SPY was running. I don't know what you're saying. Was it with that? Yeah. No, I think everything, that was just your 10-minute or your final 5, really. Oh, Trump is about to speak, huh? I forgot. We were waiting for that. Well, you only got 3 minutes, so wrap up your plays. Mute your speakers if loud Josh pisses you off. And God bless America. And then get a membership for the channel. It's useful. Okay. Today's watch list might be members only. And every time I've told you guys to buy a membership, you have actually done it. So I'm just seeing when this stops working. So buy a membership and thank you. Yeah, Trump is live. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. you for signing to the man. It worked again. Thank you. Bro, it worked. I don't know why. Thank you guys. For real, bro. I mean it. Thank you for buying a membership. It works, bro. Wow. Thank you. Dude. That's another. That works.
They're great.
It's great. Thank you. Thank you for the member. I'll see you tonight. Live watch list. We'll be live. Really live. Live.
An industry that was abandoned, despite the fact that it was just about the best, certainly the best in terms of power, real power. And I'm very honored to be doing this.
Quant hedge funds renaissance. Hey, yo.
Beautiful, clean.
So Financial Times, word on the street, Renaissance hedge fund suffers steep losses. That could be one of the people on the chopping block. Oh, more members!
Germany too, and guess what?
Thank you. Guess what? Guess what? Thank you to the members. You better mute your speakers, because you only have 1 minute.
So we call it beautiful, clean call. Beautiful, clean call. So today, thank you. Today we're
go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everybody throwing the members out, baby. Time to wrap it up. Bring it home. Finalize the place. You should thank your father in the chat who blessed you with the membership. But wrap it up. Less than 30 seconds. You got earnings, China response tomorrow in middle of the week, and whatever homeboy says right now. But less than 15 seconds to wrap it up and bring it home, my friends. That is all.
And it's time to do it. Now we need it. And I look at these people behind me. I don't want to have any contest with any of them. But they've had a little more
ding 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 ding
great people, and I know them indirectly for
let's go, baby, and shout out to new members.
For a long time. Woo! Great people and with great families and come from areas of the country that we love. And
God bless Chattadonia. You're getting a bunch of weird after-hours moves, but that's it. You'll get your announcements after the bell. Hey, yo, you new members, you better say what's up, bro, because y'all can chat now. Okay, and I got something to say.
So solid that he made no news.
We got to watch this. I'm going to watch a little before I go to the gym like yesterday.
But I saw him, and I saw his beautiful wife, Catherine, and I said that
she loves you.
They're a great team, and they're going to be working for this country.
Bro,
someday.
I wonder what Trump would say about me and my girlfriend.
After I won. So thank you.
She loves him. She loves him. He looks like a lizard. She's beautiful. She's beautiful, though. She's great. Little lizard Jessica. Yep, that's. But she's great. Wonderful.
Who the hell is Chris Wright? I have no idea who he is. And then I learned that he's the most respected person in the energy business.
Looks like Geico. Like Geico.
For Doug to say that, Doug's got a big ego. It was very tough for him to say that. Catherine was there, right? Catherine, you said, wow.
Bro, bonds are getting flushed after the
bed. Fantastic. Stand up, all three of you, please.
Hot dog. Never left. Well, welcome, baby. Shout out the members.
Yeah, that's a great team. It's no better team than that. And they're going to produce energy the likes of which nobody's seen before. You know, we need to do the AI, all of this new technology that's coming online. We need more than double the energy, the electricity that we currently have.
Yeah, we already knew this in the morning. This is related to coal.
Country right now for houses, for buildings, for everything. We need to more than double it to be number one. We're now way ahead of everybody at AI. China's in second place, but way behind. And they're going to be producing a lot of energy and a lot of electricity for this. And so are we, and we're going to get approvals very fast. And I would say the man that's almost comparable to you in terms of the importance to this, maybe he's even more comparable, I hate to tell you, a guy named Lee Zeldin, who's a friend of mine for a long time. He was a great... Lee was a great lawyer, and he ran for office, and he won immediately. I gave him a very important endorsement. He won for Congress in an area that was unwinnable. He couldn't have, they were all saying, why is he wasting his time? That's Democrat territory. And I liked Lee and knew Lee, and he ended up winning a seat in a massive upset. Nobody knew what happened, actually, and then he was there for a long time. How many years were you there? 8 years. Was very popular, and then he almost ran. He almost won the governorship of New York, which is lost by a few points, which was an amazing run. And I said, we got to get you in with us in some form, and we did. And he's head of the environmental agency, EPA, and doing a great job. And I said, if we have a nuclear power plant, Lee, can you get it approved in less than a month? He said, what? He said, I'll do it faster. And by the way, he'll do a fast job, but he's going to do also a great job. It's going to be an important job. We don't even smile about it, but you know, I've been involved in the approval process for a long time, having been in real estate, and you go years and years and years for absolutely nothing. And even in those days, I used to say, you know, this whole thing could have been approved in a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and it would have been just as good. But they'd take you down the path, and you'd spend years waiting, and then sometimes you get rejected. I wasn't rejected too much. I was the king of zoning. I did well, but it was such nonsense.
SPY closes below.
The process was so terrible.
5,000
now, and he's the head
for the first time since April 5th, 2024.
And
so not bad,
respecting you
but
greatly.
now
So
the
thank you
market
very much,
has
Lee.
relatively given up a year of gains, I think.
So we have a lot of senators and congressmen. And
But then
women,
again,
and
that was a
I'm
gain
gonna
too, though.
just
That was still
introduce
10%.
The ones that I see here, because you know it's always a problem when I do this because I leave.
Not
one or
bad,
two
though.
out
This
and
was a
I see
record
them, they
high
never
still.
Get their vote again.
Woo!
They never get their vote. Takes
No?
years. Takes years to recover, but we'll give it a shot because Senator John Barrasso, who's my friend and a great gentleman.
Gary,
Thank you
this
very
is
much,
exciting,
John,
bro.
for being here.
I think we're going to see a lot. That's the biggest one-day reversal in history.
Cynthia
I wouldn't be
Lummis,
surprised.
Fantastic.
I
woman
I
who
told you,
believes
you got
like
your
I do
circuit
in-
breaker.
She believes like I do in
But it was.
paper,
I can't
right?
believe how it played,
She
though. It was
believes
all
in
off
them maybe
fucking
even
China.
more than I do. That's pretty good from day one. Thank you, Cynthia. You're doing a fantastic job. Kevin Kramer, my friend. Where is Kevin? Because Kevin. I didn't think he was here because he was.
All right, I'm gonna go get my gym clothes on. I'll leave it playing,
He wanted to be
and then
here
I'll
so
come back.
badly, but he had a
But yeah, you should go get
difficult
ready too for
problem
the
that
gym
he's working
if you're gonna
through.
come.
And we all love Kevin. John Hovind. John, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Go ahead. Steve Daines. Thank you, Steve. And Steve is a picker of great candidates, like he picked a guy named Tim Sheehy, who's here. Where's Tim? Where is Tim? Thank you, Tim. And Tim Sheehy has turned out to be a wonderful senator, and that was your pick. And we went with it, and you were right. And we have a great one in Tim, so thank you, Tim, and thank you, Steve. Shelley Moore Capito. Shelley, thank you very much. West Virginia. From West Virginia, she has to like. You have no choice. Even if you didn't like it, you have to like all, right? But they were doing a number on you. They were doing a number on you with the coal stuff, and you have not only coal, but you have among the best coal anywhere in the world. So thank you very much. A friend of mine for a long time. I'm the one that got him to change his religion in a sense. He changed the party. He went from a Democrat. I said, Jim, you're not a Democrat. But he changed to Republican, and he's one of the most popular Republicans and one of the most popular political leaders in the country, Jim Justice. I call him Big Jim. Big Jim Justice. Good. You look good, Jim. And he was in the business, and so am I doing the right thing? You would know better than anybody in this room. Am I doing the right thing, Jim? Huh? I think so, right? Thank you very much, Jim. Cindy Hyde Smith. Cindy, thank you, hon. Very good. Good job. People are going to be happy. And all friends of mine. Mike Lee. Mike, thank you very much. We have a lot of people from Congress, congressmen and women, representatives. Morgan Griffith. Morgan, thank you. Thank you very much. Bruce Westerman. Bruce, thank you, Bruce. Bob Latta. Bob Latta. Thank you, Bob. Good job. Troy Balderson. Troy, haven't seen you in a long time since that early race. I endorsed him before anyone knew who he was, and he ended up winning. That was another surprise, right? And that was a long time ago. Yep, you're doing a great job. Thank you very much, Troy. Carol Miller. Carol, thank you. Carol, West Virginia. Riley Moore. Riley. Hi, Riley. Thanks. Mike Boast. Mike, thank you very much. Troy Downing. Troy, thank you. Oh, he has something. What is that, coal? Is there coal in that bag? Huh? I like it. I'll take it right now. Thank you very much. Hal Rogers. Hal, thank you. Thank you, Hal. Andy Barr. Thank you, Andy. Good luck with everything. I hear good things. Troy Downing. Troy, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, Troy. Hal Rogers. Oops. Harriet Hageman. Harriet. Hi. How are you, Harriet? We just left Harriet. This is one of the finest attorneys you will ever see. I have seen her.
Thank you.
in
I wasn't
action,
here,
and
bro.
she
I was
is
going to
brutal.
get ready. Bro, I'm wearing the
never want
short
her
shorts
against
again.
me, that I can tell
I'm
you.
not doing leg day.
Dan
I'm going to give him
Muser.
another shot.
Dan? Thank you, Dan.
You think I can
Thanks,
handle
Dan.
it?
Good job you're doing. Wesley Hunt, my friend, too.
So, let's
Wesley,
see.
Great. I love your commercial. Pete Stauber. Pete.
With
Thank you,
Renaissance,
Pete.
I just destroy sentiment.
Great
it would
hockey
probably
player he
leave
was,
a
right?
scar
Great
somewhere.
hockey player.
Like, do you remember when
The great
Archegos
gentleman just broke the record.
and
Wayne
your
Gretzky.
boy Billy
The
Huang?
great one is
Remember,
Wayne
ever
Gretzky,
since
but
that,
the other
Paramount
great
never
one
went up.
too, huh? Just
So
broke the
some
record.
shit
It
like
was
that
great.
could happen, and then it would
Governor
liquidate other
Greg
areas.
Gianforte. Greg.
Dude, I'm not
Nice
doing
and
leg day
good,
with short
Greg.
shorts
Thank
anymore,
you very
bro.
much, Greg.
I told you I
Billy,
did that, bro, and
Bill,
I just.
thank you very much.
I told my girlfriend, bro. I was like, low key, I
Patrick
felt like my
Morrissey,
ball sack was
West
everywhere.
Virginia, just
Excuse
got
my
elected.
language, but it's honest.
Mark
it was
Gordon.
crazy.
Mark,
So I said,
thank
nah,
you.
I ain't never doing that ever again.
Thank you very
I
much.
couldn't even get a real workout in.
And we have
and
a
now
lot
I
of
got
others,
short
and
shorts
I'm in
on,
trouble
but
because
I'll be
I
doing
can't-
leg
I
or
don't
arms.
know.
So
I got 5 or
I'll be
6
good.
others that I see quickly, but I'm just not going to do it. Don't hold it against me, because we have to get back to the most important people.
dude, that's
in
what I
the
was
room,
saying. I was
these
like, how does
people.
like,
You know that, right?
like ladies, like God bless you, because like you got to be hella like either confident or
So,
what,
the energy
comfortable.
workers and the coal
Because
miners
I'm
in-
like.
in the
How do you
area
fucking?
that
I
I'm
don't get how
standing on,
girls
there's
wear
a
that
lot of
shit
weight
and
in
go
this
because I wear
platform,
short
so I
shorts
don't
and
know
I'm
what's
like,
gonna happen.
stop
I
looking
hope
at
it's
me.
structurally designed for you.
You're
guys.
looking
I
at
don't
my
know.
booty.
But
Stop
we
it.
have just really
Stop it.
well-deserving.
I like attention too.
great
I'm on fucking
American
YouTube.
patriots,
What the
and
fuck
it's
you
such an
mean?
honor,
Like I like attention.
to be here
You see
and
my
doing-
car?
making such
The
a big
fuck? I
move,
just
such
don't
a
like
bold
that
move and
attention. I want
energy.
it more.
'Cause, you know,
like
for
I don't know,
years,
like
people
just something
would
about
just,
it, bro. It just wouldn't.
bemoan this industry and
It's crazy.
and, decimate the industry for absolutely no reason, because with modern technology and all of the other things that we do, it's one of the great forms of energy. That's why
I've been
other
getting. I
countries,
got little
leading
tree
countries
trunks,
are
bro.
using it, some exclusively.
I got a little ESG
For 4
going
long
on.
years, Joe
I'm
Biden
just
and congressional Democrats
Yeah, I
tried to
can't.
abolish the American coal
Fimto
industry. They did everything
on the
in
high.
their power
Just fun to say.
while he was awake, which wasn't much, shutting down dozens of coal plants, banning coal leases on federal lands, and putting thousands and thousands of coal miners out of work, destroying their lives, actually, destroying their lives. I'll never forget when I went to West Virginia, which I won by 48 points, I think, right? Big Jim, I won by 48 points. But in the first campaign where Hillary Clinton was about 4 states too early, and she was talking about how bad coal was and how they were going to teach coal miners how to make widgets and gadgets and technology, which they didn't want to do. They want to mine. One thing I learned about the coal miners, that's what they want to do. You could give them a penthouse on Fifth Avenue and a different kind of a job, and they'd be unhappy. They want to mine coal. That's what they love to do. And she was going to put them a high-tech industry where you make little cell phones and things. I don't know. Do you think he'd be good at that? I don't know.
You think he'd be good?
You don't want to be. And she was
You don't
brutal
wanna be.
about 3 weeks before, but then she had a problem. She went to West Virginia looking for votes, and that was a bad situation. You remember that? And there was a coal miner around the table with his family.
Another
and he
bond
was
question.
in
Just
tears
watch
because of
watch
what
the
they
watch
had
list.
done to him and his
You know, you
family.
guys are getting
And I hope he's
propagandized,
still
and then
around,
you
but
guys
that
will
man
tell
made
me
quite
you
an
don't watch the
impression on the
video or
world
just
and
got
the
here and
public.
then ask me. But
And we ended up
you should go back to where you
winning
heard the
in
other rumors
re-election, but we ended
and
up
everything
winning by a
else.
lot.
But watch the watch
The
list, and you'll be
Democrats'
good.
Green New Scam
Other
killed
than that,
jobs
though,
and sent prices
like I
soaring here
said,
in
at this
America, but
point,
meanwhile,
I think
China
some of you are
opened
fucking
2
with me,
coal
and
plants
sadly, I
every
had to
single
ban a
week,
couple of people.
And other countries likewise went very strongly back into coal. Some of them never got off. Those are the ones that didn't have the problems. The Biden
You
energy
watched the
policy
watch
was
list?
to put
Damn,
America
so
last.
then you
We
just
wanna be
didn't.
last. We
I
gotta
don't know
be
what to
last.
tell you then, bro.
Not a good policy.
That's crazy.
Under my administration, we're putting America first. It's very simple. America's always going to be first. On my first day in office, I terminated the Green New Scam. I declared the national energy emergency and withdrew from the unfair, one-sided, and extremely costly to the United States only Paris Climate Accord.
Yeah, I don't. Are you sure you watched it? I don't know why it's going down, but that doesn't matter. I think that's from the watch list. So yeah, guys. Like I said, I think you guys. I consume more news than all of you, but I think you guys get more reactive off of it. But I would try to, if you care about my thoughts on it, I have already shared them. But
China was paying
yeah, and they're
nothing.
not changing
China
much.
didn't kick in until
I'll let you know if they do, but be
2035.
careful.
This was 5 years ago, so they didn't kick in for many years. India had no standard whatsoever, but we had the highest standard you could imagine. We had to start paying from day one, and we had to pay lots of money. We paid for
Lots
everything.
of money.
So I was not a big fan of the Paris Accord, and I let it be known, and I got out of it early. Then they went back into it, and now we get back out of it. And hopefully we can be there for a long time, okay? A long time, because it was a scam to take money away from the United States and actually hurt us very badly with coal and with other things. Now, under the executive order that I will sign in a few moments, we're slashing unnecessary regulations that targeted the beautiful clean coal. We will rapidly expedite leases for coal mining on federal lands, and these 2 gentlemen are going to do a real job of it. You've already started. And we'll streamline permitting. We will end the government bias against coal, and we're going to unlock the sweeping authorities of Defense
You been saying
Production
watch list
Act,
at work
the
to customers? I
Defense
feel you,
Production
bro.
Act, to turbocharge coal
I
mining
hella
in
want to tell
America. They
people
made it
watch list
impossible
too
to-
that don't know what it is, you know?
You actually,
but it just wouldn't
I
work.
know a friend of mine.
I
has
had a
plant.
real estate call. I was
He
about to
said,
tell
"You know,
this
it's a
fool
shame. I'm
who was
ripping
on
it
the
down
watch
and I'm
list,
replacing
dumbass,
it
and I'm
with
like,
another
he's
form
not
of
subscribed.
energy.
He
I won't
don't
tell
know
you
that.
'cause it's also
It's not
very
his
good, but
fault.
it's not as powerful as this.
Yeah, I was like, he ain't even
said,
in the
you know,
chat.
the
Like, he
plant
ain't
I'm
all right.
building,
Fair
the
enough.
new plant is
feel, bro.
literally half as good. It's no less, it's not probably even as good environmentally, but he said it produced half the power for more money, much more money. It'll never compete with that beautiful plant I have down the road, which was really a modernized coal plant. Well, he'll be happy to know that he can open that plant up very quickly, and it's going to produce a lot. But he was complaining. He said, this is so much better. He wasn't doing that as politicking me. He was doing that because
When would I
that's
retire?
what he
Never.
felt. And he knew
I
every
mean,
form of
I'll
energy.
stop
We talked
trading
about that. He knew
randomly
every
whenever I
form
feel
of
like it.
energy.
But you have to
our
realize
government
this is
is
my
going to do
Halo
something
2.
that's,
This is just a video game to me.
very different, and I don't
So yeah,
think even you
my
two
long
know
term,
about
I
this.
buy
This
houses
was
and then
my
that's it.
idea
But
from about,
until you guys buy me a
15
house, I'm
minutes
just
before I
playing
got
Halo
up here.
2 live on the S&P 500.
We're going to guarantee.
So yeah, love it. It's
that
all a lot of fun.
We
lot
have
of fun.
a strong business for many years to come. That your coal companies and your miners don't get all excited about their jobs, and then should a radical left liberal become president, they end the business right away, and somebody's built a plant and spent hundreds of millions of dollars in building a plant,
buy,
and
that's
the
the end
plant
of the
is
game. Maybe.
going to be closed.
Because I'm sure
because
at
a
some point,
Democrat
if
got
someone
in,
bought me a
liberal
house, I
got
mean, we'll
in, they're
see.
opposed to coal. And
Watch list
Republicans
is
are very much
second
for
link
it.
on the other
Clean
channel.
coal.
It'll be live
And
on this
we're,
channel today.
We're going to give a guarantee.
But if you remember, you'll be
that
able
the
to see
business
it.
will not be terminated by the ups and downs of the world of politics. So should somebody come in to this very important office and say, oh, well, you spent hundreds of millions of dollars and you guys have given up your life because you want to be in coal, and then all of a sudden you don't
Jersey's
have
a
a
great
life
area.
anymore because it's what you know the best.
Circuit breaker of no, I don't know if no response, but if China comes out swinging agriculture and a lot of things, it'll be a bad day. I don't know. If we didn't hit a circuit breaker last time, and then if they hit us but not that bad, I think you could rip 3-4%.
So your investments are going to also be protected.
Plan on being here? That's good. I'll be here. I just can't guarantee. I just can't guarantee you that you're gonna get the same Josh every year. Is that fair? I'll always be about the long term, and I'll always have the same principles in the Lord Jesus Christ. But everything else is all a toss-up.
And he did a beautiful
so
job.
I'd love to see you here in the next 10 to 15, but you know, some years might be easy. I might be a lot nicer. Some I might be a lot more aggressive. Some I might be a lot more aloof. It's up to you, though, but I hope you determine your course of action.
Spring Creek, big one.
You're not the same person I met years ago. I know. Believe it or
of
not,
Wyoming, Alabama,
when
Utah,
I meet
North
you
Dakota,
guys,
and many others,
I
West
also
Virginia,
grow
can't
too.
believe they
I know
put
it's
West
crazy.
Virginia down. It's like
It's a wild concept,
that,
but my
right?
life
Can you
also
imagine if I didn't
continues
mention West Virginia? I
as
would've been in
your
big
life
trouble.
does
They didn't
too.
mark it down here.
Actually, on the same timeline.
Good to have a president like that.
So,
that can
yeah.
pick that up, right? You
I
think
feel you,
Joe
baby. I
Biden would
feel
have
you.
picked that up? I don't think so. Gee, they didn't mention West Virginia.
Age, I know.
I don't think so. I don't think
I
you'd
have
be
evidence
standing up
on
here
my
either.
forehead
The
to
value
the middle
of
of my
untapped
head.
coal in our country is 100 times greater than the value of all the gold at Fort Knox. And we're going to unleash it and make America rich and powerful again. Under this order, I'm also directing Secretary Wright to use billions of dollars in federal funding
Core
to
principles
invest in
have
the
never
next
changed. They
generation
never
of
will.
coal technology, which is an amazing
everything else is free
technology
game.
in terms of getting the full potential of coal and also doing it a very clean, environmental way. Pound for pound, coal is the single most reliable, durable, secure, and powerful form of energy there is on Earth today. It's a big statement. You never hear those statements, you know. You've never heard that before from a politician.
Oh, all right. I'm going to get a
Maybe from that
protein. I'm going to
politician, but
chug it.
From not too many.
And then if he's not
But
done,
that's
I'm
the
leaving.
way it is. I say it again.
I need to go.
Pound for pound, coal is the single most reliable, durable, secure, and powerful form of energy. It's cheap, incredibly efficient, high density, and it's almost indestructible. You could drop a bomb on it, and it's going to be there for you to use the next day, which you can't say with any other form of energy. You're virtually indestructible. Most importantly, we have more of it here in America than anywhere else on Earth. We have more coal than any other country. You go to Australia, they have fantastic amounts of coal. You know who they sell it to? China. They sell it to China. They're nearby. They sell a lot of it to China.
A lot of it.
But we have more than anywhere else on Earth. We also have more liquid gold than anywhere on Earth. So we're really an energy behemoth, but we're unleashing that also. That's going to be another part. But I didn't even want to mention that. It's not down here because I didn't want to mention today is about clean, beautiful coal. So I'm going to give this
didn't
to
want
you.
to mention.
This big guy. Should I give it to him? Yeah. You take that.
Thank you, President.
Your 6-year-old said, "What do I know about Michael Jordan?" Said, "What do you know about Michael Jordan, Dad?"
For example, we believe it's possible to extract enormous amounts of
I like
critical
him. I like
minerals
him, bro.
and
I
rare
like him.
earths,
That's a
which
real
you
one
know
right
we
there.
need for technology and high technology in the process of coal mining.
Now you better
Making
train, little
America
guy.
the
That's a good
mineral
mindset. You know, yeah,
superpower,
that's a W kid right there,
of
bro.
The world, actually.
Like, you know,
In
don't
addition,
punish
I'm
him. Like,
instructing
make
the
sure you
Department of
feed into
Justice
that.
to identify and fight
'Cause
every
that's
single
very, like,
unconstitutional
I like that
state
confidence.
or local regulation that's putting our coal miners out of business, and we are withdrawing all of those objections from our government today. It's all being withdrawn. So all of you people that have been fighting for your lives, We are withdrawing all
Stupid
of
to use
that
Robinhood for your
today.
kids
We have
long term.
Excellent lawyers, excellent. Have
I
you
don't
noticed
think
that
it matters,
lots of law
to be
firms have been
honest.
signing
They're
up
both,
with
as long as
Trump?
you stick to the long-term principles, that's what really
$100
matters.
million,
That's it. And
another
then
$100 million
just when your kid's old enough to use the account, you got to give him a talk about parlays
damages that they've
and
done.
what other gambling
But
offerings
give you
they have
$100
by
million,
then.
and then they
But that's
announced that,
between
but
you
we
and
have done
your
nothing
child.
wrong, and I
That's a
agree. They've done
parenting
nothing
thing.
wrong, but what the hell? They
Otherwise,
give
it
you a lot
doesn't
of
really
money
matter,
considering they've
I
done
don't think.
nothing wrong. And we'll use some of those people, some of those great firms. They are great firms, too. They just had a bad moment. But we're going to use some of those firms to work with you on your leasing and your other things, and they'll do a great job. I think they're going to do a fantastic job. And for those of you that want to know the tariffs, you've been hearing about tariffs, we're taking in almost $2 billion a day in tariffs. $2 billion
Last
a day.
6 months. I mean, it's been a good 6
And,
months,
we're
man.
doing very well.
I think that we went hard. Good philo. Some good work, man. Even the last
And
like
we're
6
doing
to
very
8
well
months,
in
if you've
making,
been
I call them
following with
tailored
me,
deals, not off
you
the
should have
rack. These are
changed your
tailored,
whole
highly
entire
tailored
diet.
deals.
Have
Right now,
good
Japan is
meditation
flying
every
here
day,
to make a deal.
and then you have not missed
South
one single piece of
Korea is
info
flying here to make a deal, and others are flying here.
at
I
minimum.
mean, my only problem is
And
I'm
then
not
you
sure
have
enough
good
we have
cash
to use
right
those-
ahead of the biggest crash
those
ever.
Great law firms, I think, to help us with that. But
So,
we're
amen,
gonna
bro. It's been a
probably
good.
do
That's what I'm
that,
saying, man.
actually. We're
It
gonna
has
use
been.
them.
But a lot of people
We'll
have been
get them
going
for
hard,
the right
man, and I
price
think it's been.
because we
it's
have
been good.
to. We need a lot of.
I love it. That's
talent.
why I
We
brought.
have
Been
a lot
eating
of,
clean for a long time
countries
now.
coming in, they want to make deals.
See.
If I told them about making those
Everybody
deals 2
thinks
years
I'm on
ago, or 3
Ozempic.
years ago, or 5 years
That's
ago,
how good we doing,
they'd
bro.
be laughing at us. Now they're all signing up, Mike. You know that. So it's going to be a great thing. But we're taking. Think of that, $2 billion a day. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money even in the coal business, isn't it? Huh? It's a lot of money. And America's going to be very rich again very soon. You're going
It's
to
a
see
lot
that
of
happening.
money.
You see it all.
Oh, BTU.
All along, and it's
They're already up.
So that whole
Oh, I guess they came
situation
down.
That, it was
Damn.
somewhat explosive. But if we didn't do that, we wouldn't be talking the way we're talking right now. It's been amazing what's happened. Sometimes
Yeah,
you
I
have
said
to mix it
Japan
up a
is
little
flying
bit,
here
but
to
we've
make a
had great,
deal. So is South Korea.
great
Again, that's the news
consideration.
that got us
We've
up
had,
today. You
talks
realize
with
that?
Many.
So literally yesterday, right here, Trump says, I'm going to tariff China 50% more. And we shoot down to where we closed today. And then you melt up after everything else. Then this morning, we gap up on the rumor that the news that Japan is coming over here to do a deal. Or again, just that they're talking. That's where you gap up. Ignore the China, and then Caroline Levitt confirms it, and then we go right back down there. One of the biggest days, my friends. How crazy.
We have tariffs on lumber, tariffs on
yes,
steel
CSI
and
300
aluminum.
works.
Steel
Or the A
plants are
shares.
going up because of it all over the country. We have 25% tariffs on steel and aluminum, and the steel. I think the steel workers like me even more than the coal miners like me. I'm pretty sure that that's true. We have, instead of having no steel business, I put them.
Oh, he said
on
70
originally in my
countries
first
he
term.
talked
we
with.
We wouldn't have had one.
That's
steel
more than
mill
the
in
50.
the United States if I didn't do that, and now we upped it, and we not only are we taking in a lot of money, but we're protecting our workers, our steel workers. We're protecting our steel industry. And one thing you know, that steel and things like steel you need, because you need it from a defense standpoint.
Yeah, bro. TLT
You
getting
need
blown out
steel
after
for
the bell.
your tanks and your planes and your everything.
Get
and
ready.
Certain industries you can get away with not having, but others you need, and steel is one you need. So I want to let you know that's in full force and effect. And literally, as we speak, I spoke to
Fitch, U.S. tariffs.
executives in the steel
Do you
industry
notice
over the
it?
last few days,
They don't
and
want to
they're
downgrade
all
the
coming
U.S.
in to
credit.
build plants in the United States of America, because if you build them in the United
They'll
States, you have no
downgrade us
tariffs to pay.
but
There are no
right,
tariffs to
right
pay,
before the
zero.
banks, but they can't do it
If
now.
you build them outside using outside labor and hurting our businesses,
They'll do
and,
anything but
you send
downgrade
your
it. But then
product in,
remember,
you have to
you had
pay
your first
a price
historic
for that.
downgrade like 2
And
years ago,
they
I
will
think.
be having, they will be having tariffs, as you know. It's an amazing thing. This has been something used against us for many years by other countries, China in particular, but others, not just China, others, and taken advantage of us, ripped us off, and left us for dead, frankly. And I believe if I didn't become your president, I believe that this country would have had problems like they've never had before, because it was.
Bro, I was thinking about that the other day. Do you regret voting for Trump? No, I don't, actually. I'm very glad for everybody in the middle who will get an opportunity here. So, yeah, amen. But
some vicious
I was like, what do you think the stock market was going to do when Kamala announced universal price controls on everything? What did y'all think was going to happen? And they'd be like, I mandate that all cars are EV now. You'd be like, what? What do you think? You think this? Oh, I don't know. I guess we'll never know. It's the number one champion. Still, the market went down. We're the lowest in the world right now, and the bonds touch London now. They won't give you a pound. Yes, I got higher yields right now. We just sold off 15%, and the bonds ain't do shit. Take me out of our country that shouldn't LA. I really want to pay tariffs with you. You give me my tariff, boy. My tariff.
Think of this from Africa, the Congo. A lot of people from the Congo, prisons in the Congo, prisons from Asia, from all over, were opened up. And I knew that when I heard it was an open border policy. I said, if you do that, every country is going to be dumping people that they don't want into our country. And that's what's happened, but we're cleaning it out. And the courts, we had a good decision, as you know, from the Supreme Court, allowing us to do that. We have judges that didn't want us to do it.
All the people, this is what they want right now.
The very evil
all the people mad at Trump. This is, I know what you guys want.
MS-13, they didn't want them taken out of the country and put in very powerful
exactly
prisons.
What you guys want.
You've all seen those clips. They're pretty amazing clips.
It's the hardest beat ever.
We got to be smart. Our country's got to get a lot
smarter
guys. Than it is. But
we don't even know what's happening.
We have to give the people that are empowered.
That's it. You're just reacting to a bunch of people telling you they know what's going to happen. Do you understand?
Give them the option of making our country great again, and that's what they're
Let me say that again. Nobody knows what's happening. You are reacting to a bunch of people that are confident that they know exactly what's going to happen. Let that settle in and understand volatility with that.
Our electric grid by
That's all.
Ensuring that coal-fired power plants are always available to meet surging
20%,
demand
30%,
for
40%,
electricity.
50%, 60%, 70%,
none. Run 24 hours a
this
day
guy don't want no
rain,
mother
sleet,
in
or
tariff.
snow.
I know everything. He got the tariff against me. I am an exporter. I am fucking dumb. I do export with my Vietnam.
It's an amazing.
Don't ever try to judge me, dude, because you don't know what the I've been through.
I know something
about you.
And all that
you a currency manipulator.
Going,
and you make your kids go 20 hours in school. What's the matter, dog? You embarrassed?
Billions of
this guy's an exporter. His real name is
Tariffs.
Tariff.
Upstate California from the most northern parts of
I gotta go,
California.
Guys.
Probably comes in from Canada to a certain extent. Thank you very much, Canada. We appreciate it.
That works, though, because like Clarence and Tariff, it works. Really.
I released it. It was being sent out to the Pacific Ocean. I've been working on Gavin and some of the politicians for years, and they didn't want to do that because they were
live at home above Paris.
Fish that was perhaps in trouble, but it's not
stop
unique
procrastinating
to that
at the gym. You stop procrastinating. What the fuck?
Had numbers,
I have no idea where you are at. I have no idea. I think we should check on you. You're trying to deflect responsibility to me. What the fuck? Where are you at?
If you had sprinkler systems in houses, a lot of these luxury houses where they had beautiful sprinkler systems, there was no water. They had no water to put out the fires. Water is very good for putting out fires.
This is the funniest thing ever. Fitch says we believe tariffs significantly raise U.S. recession risk and constrain the Fed's ability to lower interest rates further. You can't make this up.
Northwest, I guess they would say.
Now the credit agencies are saying
of the northern
you can't lower. No, if they can't lower.
Thing to see. I saw a picture of it this morning. The water's just flowing.
They're trying to box him in, bro. That's it. They really want you to believe that we cannot have lower rates after they just cut rates 6 fucking months ago, ahead of election. And the data is better now in some cases. This is hilarious, bro.
To get them to open it up.
I like it. I like it. It's audacious. Evil, but audacious. I see you, but yeah, that's hilarious.
The valve takes 1 day to turn it.
Well, no, but I don't know though. I think we should start at. Like I said, I think bonds are either they're breaking in one direction, and there's a lot of people who don't want the yields to go down, and they really haven't since the rate cut. If you think about it, but yeah, bro, I do think. But this is Wall Street. They are really sending. Every big money source is trying to signal no rates lower. Very odd, but then again, most of these guys are bankers, except for Fitch, because that's just a credit agency.
Close them down, close you down, and destroy your lives. To that end, I'm also instructing Secretary Wright to save the Choy coal plant in Arizona, big plant, which has been slated for destruction. We're going to keep those coal miners on the job. Going to tell them to just remain calm, because we're going to have that plant opening and burning the clean coal, beautiful clean coal, in a very short period of time. You know all about that, right?
I don't, literally, bro. Reverse the situation. So if I told you housing was ripping, oil was ripping,
deregulatory efforts
interest rates are going down, right?
47 companies operating 66.
What would you tell me is about to happen with inflation?
Recusing and making them available for
do you hear me?
Production almost in the immediate
so reverse
future,
it. If I said housing is going up, oil is going up, interest rates are going down, what would you tell me is going to happen to inflation?
Even beyond coal. It's really beyond.
You would tell me inflation is going to rocket. How do you know? Houses are up. Oil is up. Rates are low, right? Okay, perfect. So now, in the last 3 months, housing has went down.
Like our country has never
oil has went down.
Never been known to do before.
Rates have went up.
Sorts of restrictions having to do with the Green New Scam.
So tell me about inflation.
By somebody that never even studied.
Where's it going to go?
They never even studied anything to do with the environment.
Ta-da!
It's a young congresswoman. She came up with the idea. And based on that, I guess we only
inflation up still.
Well, actually, we should have all been gone because they gave us only a few years left on Earth, right? Right, Greg?
Like it's going
up.
up.
We're going to be gone. We're all going to be gone. The environment. No, what they have to worry about is the nuclear heat. They don't have to worry about environmental heat. They have to worry about nuclear heat.
Well, right now, the bonds are pricing in stagflation. That's what it is. If you guys don't, it's not really that complicated. You can make it more complicated. But pretty much the bonds, by doing what they're doing, they're saying that the economy is going to slow down, but the rates aren't going to go lower. You can't with real rates. That's why I said you don't even have any of the economic data playing along with any of these narratives. So right now the bonds are saying stagflation already, but what's the problem? The problem with this game is that the bonds have to stop at stagflation before they could go to deflation anyways. Stagflation is on the way. So that's where I think at this point, I don't think we just stop. I think we need to find an answer. But Chattadonia, y'all can listen to Trump. I'll try to listen on the treadmill. But I love you. I love America. Thank you to the veterans. God bless every single one of you. But we got to go, man. We got to get going. You have a great gym session. I hope you do. I hope you go to the gym. But I love you. Thank you for being here. You have a great evening. I'll see you on the watch list. We'll be live on this channel. So I'm a little busier today too, so it's going to have to be live. But I'll see you there. And you enjoy yourself. And you have a good one. Go read the books. Richest Man of Babylon. Proverbs, New Living Translation. And The Strangest Secret in the World. And don't forget why we're here. Why we keep going, why that faith, hope, and love ain't never going out of style, why your relationship isn't just enjoyment, it's about the fruit, baby. Where's the fruit? And remember, morality will never be fashionable. So you better make your mind up now, baby. Why, baby? Why? Finger to the sky, baby. To God be the glory, and through the grace of God alone. Amen. Amen. Woo! You guys hear that? It's like a huge echo. Do you hear that when I clap? Do you hear it? It sounds like I'm in a coliseum. Do you hear it or no? Is it too noise canceling? You hear that? That's crazy. I don't know. It doesn't usually sound like that. But that's good. I like the vibe. You have a good day. You have a good day. Okay? And enjoy it. And thank you for being here. And God bless America. Thank you, America. Thank you, veterans. They don't feel me, bro. I hope they do. But I'll see you tonight. God willing. In the morning, too. Thank you to all the members, bro. I can't believe that worked. So, sadly, tonight's members only. Because I have to give them something for becoming a member. You know what I'm saying? I asked all these people to join. And so I have to give them something, bro. So, yeah, bro. But I appreciate y'all. You didn't have to. So, you get a long term, baby, okay? That's all we need in life. Especially now. 61 months. Let's go, baby. Well, I love you. Enjoy your evening. And peace. Damn, y'all used their milestones for that? Yeah, fuck that. Members only. Get all the Republicans out of here. I think they're all Republicans, Joe. I think they're all Republicans. Yeah, fuck you, Democrats. I heard Josh said, fuck you. Josh called you a mango. He called fucking you look like a fucking. He said you look like a mango. He said you look like a burnt mango. He said you look like you were trying to fucking flame broil a mango. The fuck? Josh said you're sleepy. I said you're sleepy. Josh said your son does a lot of blow. Yeah, he said that about your son too. I think they both do blow then, maybe. Maybe that's accurate. And maybe we're not that bad. Maybe we're not that bad. I like you. I used to like you. I used to like you too. I love watching you. When you were on the show, the pregnant, you say you're fired. I love that. I fired you. You're gone. Goodbye. That's a good one. That sounds about right. He's gone. He's fired. Okay. Yeah, fuck you. I'm not unhinged. Because I'm talking to myself in two voices, and now I'm talking to you. Yeah, we brought you into this now, Alex. Alexenzo. Now, I'm feeling a little left out, too, now. Exactly. There's about 17 or so personalities up here. And you want to keep a couple, I'll knock down every wall. Exactly. Damn it. Oh, wait, I thought... Oh, you meant knock down a wall. I thought we were building. Oh, okay. Have a good one. Bye. I think Josh is cuckoo. It sounds like a Middle Eastern wedding. I could say that, a Middle Eastern. Goodbye.